Official placings, race 1, the Franklin Park Ealing Parade on Saturday the 11th of July, mobile pace. 21543, 21543. Horse 2, Ideal Roman, paced the 1700 metres in 204.16. A mile rate of 157.5. Last 856.2, the 428.1. The margins, 1 length, 1 1/4 lengths, 11 lengths. 21543, race 1, the Franklin Park Ealing Parade on Saturday the 11th of July, mobile pace.
First call of the night from Judge Graham McLennan goes the way of the second favourite, Ideal Roman, and American Ideal, 2-year-old bay colt out of Charioteer, raced by Breeders' Stonewall Stud Limited, Plant Racing Limited, and Warren Oliver. Steve Telfer, Chris Garlick prepared at Papakura, and Scotty Phelan to come back at the head of the field. Paul Letts Green will be down there for Franklin Park as part of the victory celebrations. Gets his first victory at start 5, Ideal Roman. 1, Better Love Me for second, a Better's Delight Brown 2-year-old filly out of Gentle Audrey, raced by the Howlets, BJ, Mrs. Ali and JR. Brent Mangos, the trainer-driver out of Pukekohe. And in for third was 5, Appassionato, Better's Delight Bay 2-year-old filly out of Sabine for Kahukuri Bloodstock Limited. And Mrs. R.A. Ritchie, Logan Hollis, Shane Robertson trained at Pukekohe, and David Butcher. In the first, number 2, Ideal Roman, $2.90 and $1.20, $2.91.20. 1, Better Love Me, $1.50, $1.50. And 5, Appassionato, no third. Quinella, $1.50, $1.50. Trifecta, $12 even, $12. And the first 4, $28.40, $28.70, $28.70, that first 4.
In front, Memory Lapse winding up but too late. Tarizar, Memory Lapse, then we go to Peacock Princess, Nitro Mary, then on crossing here to Aeroplane, Rizzio, Power Token.
Well, that was a pretty good run there by Peacock Princess. She was close up there until concluding stages. She jumped well off the 8, managed to find the rails, and I thought represented some value in this field. Is at $14 with the bookies, out from that $12 initially this morning, and also $14 the tote. Some of Rugs' option 926, under 17.5 paying $2.20, 18 and 19 paying $2.75, and over 19.5 at $3. So I've got Peacock Princess in the mix in graduation. Didn't mind 2, which is Bitcoin here, paying at $10 in final field. She was at $12 first thing this morning. I finished third last stunner behind Hanafi Ace. That was here last Friday. Drew box 7 that day. She gets the best draw that she's had in quite some time, and also back up to middle distance. The last time that she raced over the 520 metres was 5 starts ago, back on the 27th of February, and she finished second on that occasion from box 5. So Up in distance again today, number 2, Bitcoin, I thought was a chance here, drawn close to the inside. $10 fixed, $7.90 and $2.50 on the tote. A triple trio. My love-hate relationship continues. I do think maybe Graduation anchored with the field here in the first leg. A second leg, I'm very keen on number 8, which is Stellar Force. Stellar Force on the downgrade and a greyhound with good box speed. 7 up high, great to see her get her first New Zealand victory last start on Monday at Manawa 2. Won plenty of time. The inside draw also on the downgrade, one to include there in the second leg. And number 9, Death Star for Alicia Spake comes into box number 2. The kind of greyhound, I think, which probably will go well on today's track, and was a winner here 2 starts back on the 5th of June. Last leg is that really good distance race. We'll be hearing from Hayley Mullane before that race about Who Dat Boy's chances, and of course she's also got Let's Go Letty lining up in the New Zealand Breeders' Stakes final. Who Dat Boy looks a good chance. Speaking to Paul Freeman yesterday, he seemed fairly bullish about the chances of Flying Twist, and she was at $6 first thing this morning, as we mentioned earlier on. This is a greyhound which won over $90,000 in stakes money over in Australia. Extreme Twist finished 3rd in the Silver Collar and is certainly capable. Boston Heart came home very well, and Bedlam Bridge led for a fair bit of the race last Friday. Jumped really well, which was a wee bit surprising for him, and then just faded on the final bend there. Paul Freeman was a wee bit surprised and said he just sort of seemed to burst his boiler a wee bit there out in front. But $10,000 guaranteed if you are having a go at the triple trio. Getting in closer to start time here for the 6th. Mark, what do you like in this one?
Elizabeth went 3, 9, 7 and 6 in a most intriguing field. Dog number 3 on top. Arcane Sabre for the Matt Roberts kennel. He's got a Power Shaden in here as well, and also Chloe's Prodigy out in the 8. Arcane Sabre, a greyhound whose last racing, or most recent racing, has been at Manawa 2. Hard fit, ran 3rd over 660 metres, 2 starts back, I should say. Greyhound who's gone as quick as 30.08 around here, and I think lines up in a field that he can master. Arcane Sabre has eased a fraction in the betting. Dog 9, Graduation. You wouldn't want to play poker with him. He's been a good dog over a long period of time, 4.5 years old. Showed us on Monday again that he's still got it under the right circumstances, and gets box number 1 here and the opportunity to bag a double here. And given the fields that he's beaten at times in the past, you'd have to like him quite a lot, hence he is very short priced. Dog number 7 in the race is Red Crystal. Look, not sure about her as a winning chance, but she's a downgrader. She's a greyhound who's got plenty of early speed. We've seen the best of her in the past. She's over 4 years old now, but I think she'll put herself in the race. Glenn Hodgson out there handling for Dad. Bill, who is the president here at the Wanganui Greyhound Racing Club, Glenn has the hot favourite in the New Zealand Breeders' Stakes tonight with Kilchurn. That race at 7:37, race number 9 on the card. Illicit Twist should go a fair race here too after a bold 6:45 last week. To the traps. Race 6, Keen and Concrete. Graduation off the inside. Down quickly, Arcane Sabre. Peacock Princess, Red Crystal. Second line, Bitcoin, Opawa Shaden, Illicit Twist, Chloe's Prodigy. Graduation 2:10 off the inside. Here comes the rabbit with set. Racing, Graduation, a fair break with Bitcoin and Arcane Sabre. Red Crystal trying to head them off over on the outside. Opawa Shaden trying to punch forward now around that first bend too. Gee, it's a tight pack here. Getting back in the race now was Graduation. Bitcoin's been shuffled. Just going past that there would have been Chloe's Prodigy. Just ahead of them was Illicit Twist. Now down the back it's Red Crystal in front by 3. Opawa Shaden gives chase. Arcane Sabre starts to close in on them. Then Peacock Princess further back in the race. Then to Graduation, can't score. Around the corner, Arcane Sabre right down the outside over the top of Red Crystal, who might have fallen in for second. Opawa Shaden in that photo, and so too Graduation, who was charging home late in the piece. Classic finish. In behind those runners then we would have had Peacock Princess not too far away. Chloe's Prodigy was back with them as well, and Bitcoin towards the rear of the field. Illicit Twist beat 1 or 2 in. Arcane Sabre delivers. Classic finish the rest. I just thought the 7 fell in for second. She did. 4 is third. Opawa Shaden, and Graduation was motoring home. The 9 will only be 4th, but look at this finish down the straight. Arcane Sabre got in the telling bounds, ended up winning quite comfortably. 7's just got second only. It's got to be a nose. Although Power Shaden and Graduation roaring at them late in the piece as we watch the head-on shot. And Red Crystal managed to have the speed to get up and around the outside of them. Arcane Sabre stayed handy enough, as did Opawa Shaden. Graduation the inside sort of drifted mid-race, but he certainly made a decent finish. but couldn't pick them up. It's been 1 3/4 lengths by a nose by a head. 5.08 the lead up, 18.87 to the midsection, 30.88 with a run home of 12.01. Classic finish there, Elizabeth, but Matt Roberts gets his first winner of the night in the Arcane Sabre, win number 7 in his career.
Yeah, it's been a great victory there by number 3, Arcane Sabre, and what a finish there to race number 6. And also, I must say, very nice tipping. You found it on top, and it's down the jump. 3 Arcane Sabres really hit the line strongly there. At a score, what a lineup there for second, third, and fourth. Number 7 has just got second, Red Crystal. For Bill Hodgson, of course, Glenn Hodgson with Kilchurn, the favourite later on in the Group 1 New Zealand Breeders' Stakes. And then number 4, Opawa Shade, and 9 Graduation shuffled back and has done a good job to just miss out on the minors there. Well done if you've made it through the first leg of Triple Trio, because not an easy first leg there at all in race number 6. That result not too far away. Number 3, Arcane Sabre, win number 9 at start number 30 today. For Matt Roberts has paid $5.10 and $1.80. Number 7, Red Crystal, $2.30, and 4, Opawa Shade, and $3.90. Quinella pays $35.40. Trifecta, $3.74, $495.20. It's a very good first 4. 3.749 has paid $3,630.80. That was our 6th on the program. Race number 7 will kick off the place 6 there today. Also did rapid double, 2 with 3, 21.60. Concession 2 with 7, 29.10. Treble 9, 2 and 3 pays $635.90. Number 3, Arcane Sabre, takes out our 6th on the program here at Wanganui. Ryan will be back again before the 7th first leg of place 6.
Cheers, Liz. And yeah, it was just unlucky. Graduation charged late. We were hoping it would just sneak into the top 3 for our Triple Trio bets, but not quite good enough tonight. Just too far back in the back straight. 3, 7, 4 and 9, the numbers from the 6th. The feature tonight, the Group 1, the big one at Hattrick, is race number 9, the New Zealand Breeders' Stakes final, $26,000 in the kitty, 520 metres, Group 1 racing to kick off the quaddie. Can't wait for that one at 7:37 this evening, just over an hour away. Back to Wagga for race 6 at the harness, Alan Hull. His numbers here are 2, 1, 6 and 3. He likes Hazen Kid, 341.50, 670. Pretty nice price there for tote punters. One's got a really nice form line, and that's number 3, Ultimate Sheldon. Do note, punters, if you're assessing that, it's won 3 from its last 5, but does step up in class. The win last time, a length winner in a C1 race, jumping up to C2 and C3. We'll find this a little bit tougher. Has won 8 from 48, though. Off the inside, I thought Perfezion, number 1, was one that was worth a look too, but 8.80, 2.80, $10 the book. It's a pretty nice each-way chance off the inside. A 3rd and a 4th at Menangle in its last couple, and in C2 and C3 company, pretty nicely placed off the inside here at Wagga. Does hold its form well, and I thought it was worth a sneaky each-way go. 8.80 and 2.80 for number 1. First 4 pulls, juicy one, up to 16k. It's a really nice pull. And I wouldn't be the other one I wouldn't leave out is Classy Mahan. Did win in C3 and C4 company, so one in a higher grade, but does start off the outside of the front row. So, yeah, the 1 and the 6 for me, I'd be including, as Alan Hull has, 2, 1, 6 and 3, his numbers. Off to Wagga.
Ago, well-known harness racing enthusiast, bookmaker and syndicate setter-upper, and indeed he set up this syndicate which races Classy Man, so that will certainly be the sentimental way in the Vale Gary Burns pace. Classy Man has drawn the outside of the arm. We saw a real blowout in the first leg of the double and quaddie. I think most punters would be now looking to some alternate form of investment, because they'll be able to play in the double and quaddie in the previous race with Stone Church Road. Don't often see David Moran drive a winner at upwards of $37, but indeed that happened. And David's got 2 for the day. Bruce Harpley 1, Philip Maguire 1, and Corey Bell 1 are our successful winning drivers this afternoon thus far. As we move into race number 6 of the day, welcoming back our Sky Sports Radio listeners, and the favourite way, Hazen Kid in a very open market at 4.30. Money for Classy Man, money for Ultimate Sheldon, who won here last week, and around 6.50 is the the inside runner, Perfezioni. So it's very, very open. Race number 6 of the afternoon out of Wagga. And they are about to do their business as the wings fold back. Green light twinkles. Classy Man is driven with some urgency off the outside, but he's not going to try and push forward and find the lead. Perfezioni didn't have a great deal of speed out of the 1, and the joust for the early front running is between Hayes and Kid on the inside and Ultimate Sheldon, and Ultimate Sheldon is winning that joust. And now Classy Man is going up on the outside as Hayes and Kid pushed up hard underneath of Ultimate Sheldon. They'll all have to fight off Classy Man early, and as they come into the lane, further back on the field, you've got on the inside Perfezioni. Classy Man's going to slot into a 1 out. Gee, that's nice driving. He slots into a 1 out, 1 back posse. Over on the outside next is Harry's Champ, being followed by Everyone Knows and She's a Jackson, Light Prince, and then after 15 metres, Antaeus Blue Chip and Kenny Trickham, who's won 3 here this season, is last of all as they race 39.6 and head out towards the back section. That's a pretty slick lead time. We don't often get in under 40 here, and the leader is Hazen Kidd. Hazen Kidd for Murray Sullivan takes them down the back and shows by 2 metres. Ultimate Sheldon, a $3,000 claimer, won here last week, same price on his head, and he goes around on the outside of the leader. Perfezioni's now pushed up on the marker line and took third posse from Classy Man, who's been well tried and enjoyed one smother. Over on the inside and 3 back was Everyone Knows from Harry's Champ, and then She's a Jackson, Kenny Trickham, Light Prince, and last of all was the 3-year-old Antaeus Blue Chip. 31 and 8 is the first quarter of the last mile, and they're running into the lane now to get the judge and the bill with Hayes and Kidd. On the inside, there's the leader and shows up to 2 metres. Ultimate Sheldon has raced without a trail on the outside. They're being followed by Perfezioni. Now 1 out and 1 back. Loitering with intent was Classy Man. Bill looks over his right shoulder. He'll have to go in just a moment. He's about to. 31 and 7 the second split. 63 and 5 the half, as Classy Man quickly runs the Spinnaker up and sets out after them 3 wide. Ultimate Sheldon in the middle, Hayes and Kidd the inside, and that 3 are the leading 3, and they're being followed further back on the fight by She's a Jackson on the outside of Perfezioni. The next pacer I saw was Harry's Champ as they work inside the 400, and Classy Man had momentarily shaken off the panting pursuers. Hayes and Kidd can do no better. She's a Jackson on the outside. Classy Man's in front. She's a Jackson is the chaser. Further back you've got Ultimate Sheldon. Classy Man's now on the smell of an oily rag. Led them into the lane. She's a Jackson's coming to look on the outside, but Classy Man looks to be doing enough. Here's Perfezioni flashing down the outside. Classy Man's in front. Perfezioni's coming, but not quickly enough. Classy Man got home to beat Perfezioni. I think Everyone Knows has got third. They're being followed by Kenny Trickham and Antaeus Blue Chip. She's a Jackson. Further back raced Harry's Champ, and they were followed in by Ultimate Sheldon. Well back was Light Prince and Hayes and Kidd, who led them up, knocked up, and is the last one across the line.
Are we going to have another look at this? I think it's fallen in, Classy Man. I think it has just fallen in. Look, it paid good, punters. It paid really well. $4.10 and $1.80. And the one, Perfezone, was $7.80 and $1.80. I think the 6 has just got it. But do hold all tickets. Right, back to Craig DeWale-Thompson. Craig, the first leg of a quaddie here, race 2, and Barabbas. Can we just go as short as it?
Ryan, I think you can have it on one ticket, Barabbas, and I'd want to pick up Bert the Bookie and defy the odds on the other one. Maybe if you're going to go percentages, maybe take 50 or 60% one with Barabbas and pick up, a little saver with the other two. Defy the odds worked quite well on Saturday, and Bert the Bookie, he was heavily backed on debut at Cambridge and didn't go a bad race. We'll talk to those respective drivers, Josh Dickey and Brett Mangos, very shortly. Barabbas, he's a nice type. He's a rolling type. He really has to be put in the race. What he does is lack a yard of high speed, but he keeps going a steady tempo. And I think Josh Dickey will look to drive him aggressively, Ryan. So look for him to go forward, if not early, mid-stages anyway, and be put in the race. He paraded very well, had a good look at him going on the track tonight, and him along with Bert the Bookie, they both look very well. Let's talk to the respective drivers. First of all, Josh Dickey. Josh, thanks for your time tonight. You have 5 in. First driver is Barabbas. He's working towards a maiden win. He's gone good races in his last 2 starts. Maybe tonight's the night.
Yeah, it appears that way, Craig. He got a good draw tonight, and his last run, he gave me a good impression that it's coming soon. But as I say, he's worked from near last to get the front last week, and he's had to do a wee bit of work and got swamped the last bit. But I think tonight we can use that early draw, the good draw. We can make something of it.
He's pretty short. He's $2.20 on the tote, $1.90 on the book. And hearing through from Sal at the racing desk, they've taken a couple of bets on him earlier this afternoon to shorten his quote into $1.90. Barabbas. Bert the bookie. Brett Mangos. He trains Bert, and this is what he had to say. Mango Bert the bookie. He was an encouraging run on debut when running second at Cambridge. How's he gone on with the run since then?
Yeah, very much so. Well, I think he's improved a bit. He obviously a little bit better field here tonight, but look, he trialled good on Saturday. He worked really good on Wednesday. I think if it's run to suit, they'll have to go hard because he's probably going to have to go back from 8. But look, if he gets one crack at them, I think he's a very good chance.
Yeah, this one by American Ideal. Geez, that a whale watcher. I should be on him tonight. Bert the bookie. He's paraded very well. Son of American Ideal. Good first up. This one owned by Tim Vinson. SWB Clotworthy. So Bert the bookie, if you want to back him, you're getting $8.10, $2.40. Nice each way price about a horse that has trialled up very well before his debut run, and his first up run had merit. So 5 and 8, outside them Defy the Odds. Hasn't got great form line, but that's quite some time ago when he was on the grass track circuit at Reefton and Westport. Put aside, was at the workouts here last Saturday, and I thought he went okay. James Stormont drives tonight for Robert Dunn. He's around about the $6 quote at the moment, Defy the Odds. He may benefit with tonight's run, but I don't think he's too far away. Robert tends to have them pretty well ready to go on the night. So Defy the Odds in the mix. And Warhorse, 3 starts, 2 placings. Second last week behind Zach Maguire. Zach Maguire trialled up nicely on Saturday. This one by Courage Under Fire. Tony Hurley, I think, still on holiday at the moment, and Tony Cameron takes the drive. There's the head-to-head on option 522. Warhorse $1.75. Bert the bookie $1.95. And just out of that interview, Brett Mangos, a little bit of confidence about Bert the bookie. For me, it's 5, 8, 4, and 7. Aaron White's numbers in race number 2 tonight. He's with 4, 5, 7, and 1. Nothing through. Yes, it's coming through from the racing desk. Thanks to Sal for passing it on. $3,000. $3,000 on runner number 5, Barabbas, and $1,000 on 7, Warhorse. That horse on screen at the moment, Aaron, lovely looking horse, colour coded. Gee, it's a real attraction for the people on track when they see a horse like that, because there's not many like this.
Yeah, you did right there, Craig. Of course, the skew ball goes back to, what is it now, Grandam Splashed, I think it is, from a few years back. Colour-coded, having its first run back this campaign for Matthew Pemberton to colour me in, of course, and it's a half-sister to Reel Me In, the very good trotter of the Pembertons, Reel Me In. He hasn't got a mark on him. And all the others are skewballed. As I mentioned, it goes away back to Splashed, who was, I think, the first one brought in of the skewballed nature by the Pembertons. But, yep, certainly is one to get people on course to back anyway. It's not something you see every day. 4, 5, 7 and 1, Defy the Odds for me, back on a new campaign. RJ Dunn's team are going great guns up here in the north. He was good at the workouts last Saturday. Saying that, this is a good maiden field. 5 Barabbas, Joshua Dickey, 7 Warhorse and 1 Wirienda Piper, 4, 5, 7 and 1. And yeah, Craig, if you're betting into our midwinter Christmas at the races here next Friday night and the following 3 Fridays in July, these are going to be some of those maidens that will win those maiden paces. So you do the form out of this race, you'll find some good winners. The pace is in behind the Alabar Arm for the Bailey's Coromandel Mobile Pace. 2,200 metres the journey. End of the lane they come. Thanks, Craig. Starter Frank Phelan about to ascend the Bailey's Coromandel Mobile Pace field away, and there they go. Warienda Piper off the inside out strongly with colour-coded. Barabbas does come forward. Majestic John, a nice run through from the second line. Then RJ Bopper on settling, Defy the Odds just in midfield. To its inside, Wainaro Mara. Back in the field, War Horse and Bert the Bookie taken back to last from its wide draw. So get around the stables corner. Warienda Piper, Reese Fensom lead them into the back. A length and a quarter colour-coded. Majestic John on the inside as Barabbas continues to work out three wide as they side up into the back. He's about to press on and get the lead here, the race favourite. RJ Bopper around Wainaro Mara, then Defy the Odds. War Horse and Tony Cameron second last, and 3 lengths Bert the Bookie and Brent Mangos the last. 42-1 was the lead time as we're about to turn off the back and work the showgrounds turn in the Bailey's Coromandel pace. And it is the race favourite now, Barabbas leading Warienda Piper. The skewbald gelding up on the outside, make that the filly, colour code, and getting around that now Defied the Odds, and Jimmy Stormont getting up outside the leader. War Horse tracks that into the race, then RJ Bopper on the outside of Majestic John, Wainara Mara and Nicky Chilcott second last, Bert the Bookie last. Defy the Odds around to lead, 31-8 the opening quarter. War Horse to its outside as they work down to the Judge Bell and 1 to go. Barabbas now trailing, colour-coded 1-1. Warienda Piper 3 back on the inside, 4 back Majestic John and Tab Fensom. Up on the outside RJ Bopper and Richard Brosnan as they work the stables corner their final occasion. Then Wainaro Mara and Bert the Bookie to be the last. They pace out to the 850 metre mark, Defy the Odds. Second quarter in 29.2. Leads by a neck. Right there is War Horse on the outside and Barabbas trailing, colour-coded 1-1. Warienda Piper 3 back on the inside of RJ Bopper, then Majestic John and Wainaro Mara. And Bert the Bookie's looking to take off from the back now for Mango as they pace to the end of the back straight. 500 left to run. Defy the Odds leads from on the outside second. War Horse right there. Defy the Odds pacing roughly in front here. Barabbas on the inside has just been held up by that galloper ahead. It does clear it now, then colour-coded. Wainaro Mara, Bert the Bookie there making sustained runs out wide, then RJ Bopper, Majestic John homeward bound. War Horse, Barabbas the inside. Coming through Warienda Piper, Wainaro Mara, RJ Bopper, Majestic John's about to get through on the inside. Barabbas goes to War Horse. Barabbas draws a nice margin coming to the line. Barabbas over War Horse, Wainaro Mara, nice run for third. Then Majestic John, photo for fifth between RJ Bopper and Bert the Bookie working home. Then Warienda Piper, colour-coded, Defy the Odds, blew it with a gallop at the 400. 242.6 home and 29.1 the last half and 59.4. Gets a well-deserved maiden victory tonight, does horse 5 Barabbas, the Hoka Arizona 4-year-old. He's been doing a great job since switching across to the John and Joshua Dickey barn. He came around, he had to do a bit of early work, then he trailed up, Defy the Odds. He managed to clear that galloper at the 400 and he's got the win nicely. War Horse, a game run for second, Tony Cameron. Wainaro Mara, there's the black booker out of the race for Nicky, and Majestic John, a tidy enough run in behind as well. Bailey's Coromandel mobile pace, nice maiden victory to horse 5 Barabbas.
Official placings, race 2, the Bailey's Coromandel mobile pace, just for the first 4 placings at this stage. 5769. 5769 is confirmed. Very close photo for 5th and 6th, 8 or 3, 3 or 8. Horse 5, Barabbas, paced the 2200 metres in 242.69, a mile rate of 159. Last 859.4. The 429.1. The margins 1.5 lengths and nose 3/4 of a length. So confirming the first 4 placings in race 2, the Bailey's Coromandel mobile pace 5769.
Barabbas will come back at the head of the field. First photo on the wall for the Hoka Arizona Brown 4-year-old gelding at a New York Glow, raced by John Dickey along with G.E. Neems. Congratulations to you, John and Joshua Dickey, the trainers at Clevedon, and Joshua Dickey to come back at the head of the field. bred by Brendan along with Mrs. D in Schumacher. Barabbas back at the head of the field. Rodney Stewart for Franklin Park overseeing the victory celebrations. Nice win by Barabbas. 7 Warhorse, Courage Under Fire, 3-year-old Bay Gelding out of Naitush Franco, raced by Mrs. GJ Kennard, P.I. Kennard in Pilcher, KF Neville and J.M. Kenny. Tony Hill, he trained at Papakura, Tony Cameron. And 6 in for third, Wainaro Mara. Liz Mara, 3-year-old Bay Colt out of Wainaro Lassie. T.L. Roadwell, the owner. Nicky Chilcott, the trainer-driver out of Cambridge Raceway.
Yeah, mate. Yes, in race 2 we have a dead heat for 5th and 6th. So complete a result 5, 7, 6, 9 and a dead heat 3 and 8.
And on the confirmation there of Judge Graham McLennan, 5 Barabbas at $1.90, $1.50, $1.90, $1.50. 7 Warhorse, $1.70, $1.70, and 6 Wainaro Mara, $5.10, $5.10. Quinella, $4.40, $4.40. Trifecta, $78.40, $78.40. First 4, $301.90, $301.90. First double on the program tonight, 2 and 5 required, returns $11 even, $11. And the 2 and 7 concession, $7.90, $7.90.
I'd be going the overs here because my top picks are 7 and 8. I thought 8 Stella Force from the outside, a big chance. $5 fixed, $4.50 money back on the tote. She was at $4.50. First thing, she's another greyhound on the downgrade here, lining up for Sue Gommans. What I really like about her is she usually jumps very well. Last time out was 7th and behind Pops and Tags, but when you look at the calibre of greyhounds that she has been lining up against lately, I will certainly be enjoying the class relief today. Stella Force at $5 with the bookies, $4.80 and money back on the tote. Then I've gone with number 6, Another Fantasy, which is one of the outsiders of the field, but she's in very good form at the moment. Stepped up to C3 Company last start, and that race there and behind Up High did finish second, and she was a winner at Manawatu 2 starts ago, back on the 8th of June. 6 Another Fantasy at $12 with the bookies at $13 and $2.80 on the tote. One Plenty of Time, the favourite I do have in the mix, just have him in for 4th. Form line doesn't look great, but that probably doesn't reflect his level of talent. Back to C3 Company today. Lately has been drawn out wide. Today comes up with box 1, so sort of getting every opportunity in this class and from this draw. Ryan touched on Ruarama earlier on. If you're looking for another one to throw in, completely agree. He's had a bit of a break off the scene for about a month. Ruarama last lined up on the 22nd of May, 6th and behind Homebush Churro that day, but beat Tom Corborn Kiwi 2 starts back on the 13th of May, and maybe one to throw into first 4 combinations. We are less than 3 minutes out here from race number 7. It's the first leg of a DAP double, treble, and also place 6. I do still love the place 6, and sometimes you can get a really good dividend if maybe the favourite misses out on a race or 2. Mike Rosanowski, as I come back to you, I see you've gone with Stella Force on top here.
Gone with the 3 downgraders, first, second and third here, Elizabeth. Dogs 8, 3 and 1, and then put in the 7 Up High. There is You'll Say in shot for Matt Roberts. Now the form is a bit ugly, but not so long ago, and I'm talking about a matter of weeks. This dog was running around in Class 5, drops back to Class 3, so it did have it in for second and behind Stellar Force, who is there in shot and should be the first dog that we see. When she's in form, she is pinging the lids almost religiously in front, and although her form is poor enough to downgrade, she has actually been jumping, and her recent form actually isn't quite as ugly as it reads in terms of her at least getting off the lids, so she clearly needs to be in front. She could cross this field, and I think she's a chance of holding and winning. But as I say, there's some other downgraders to ponder here as well, including You'll Say, and plenty of time off the inside. Dog number 1, who not only has downgraded, but switches to the inside trap too from a couple of box 8s recently, and I think it'll make a world of difference to him. Up High is going the other way, and that's on the way up. Is now a Class 4 greyhound, but it was a Class 3 win the other day at Palmerston North. First win in New Zealand, as Darryl referred to there in the call, and chased home a par with sister last week here on the track as Up High, and now Class 4, and gets bonus run here in Class number 3, does Up High, but it's a very even betting market. Just while I remember, and she's hard to forget, Joan Bates is her name. She turns 80 today. Joan, I hope you're watching on New Zealand Breeders' Night. Joan has been an administrator for far longer than I've been involved, and that's far more years than I would probably like to consider, and Joan has done a tremendous job for greyhound racing, especially in Wellington, of course, the club that she's been associated with for so long, but indeed New Zealand greyhound racing. And always like catching up with Joan on the track when she's here for the Wellington Greyhound Racing Club meetings. And they only have a handful these days, but once a great club based there in Hutt Park. And Joan has done much for this industry, turns 80 today. Joan, I think I heard you quoted on the national news recently too about the closing of Kirkcaldy and Staines, the department store in Wellington, which was a former employer of Joan. She was a former employee of Kirk's. Joan, happy 80th. To the boxes, race 7, Indulge Skin Spa Class 3, 305 metres. Plenty of time off the inside. You'll Say has the 3. Gold Rug for Ruarama. Out in box 7 is Up High. Second line, Death Star into box 2 in the green and white, then Lola Baxter, Another Fantasy, and Stellar Force the outside. Favourites, plenty of time, $3.10. Bunny on the run, set. Racing plenty of time is last away. Stellar Force hasn't picked the jump, and Death Star goes to the lead. You'll Say up beside it and Up High around the outside, then Stellar Force, but she's in trouble. Driving through along the inside is plenty of times, recovering and driving between runners now too. Further back in the race here, we've got Lola Baxter. Well back as they swing the corner, never mind them, up they come. Plenty of time is driven through and scored from You'll Say. Third to go by was Death Star, then Up High. Followed across then by Lola Baxter, Stellar Force. Last pair there, Another Fantasy, Ruarama. Plenty of time. Time of 17.94. And the recovery was very good. After jumping last, you could see across the top. I was going back through the field, but he was starting to drive between runners. Sort of better get back to the top of the field. As we watched the replay, You'll Say had found the lead. After Death Star led out, Up High pushed forward, but plenty of time just coming between runners after being last away. It's the second dog to come from last tonight and get up and score, both from the Ahern camp. Big Time Pulse, the other, drives between runners, gets up, wins extremely well. Dog 1, plenty of time. Over the 3, You'll Say, in the 9, Death Star, and Up High, the 7. 3/4 of a length, the winning margin, a length and a half, and 1.5 lengths also to 4th. 17.94 the overall time, and the splits on the way at 7.17. And if you haven't done the maths, run home of 10.77 as we watch them into that first bend. And it's been a good performance by plenty of time to get up after a very ordinary beginning. Lisa Ahern gets her 3rd win of the night. This dog trained by her at Palmerston North and the team, a race by Lisa, along with Craig Randall and the Tina Corey Road Syndicate as well. It's been win 8, Elizabeth, at start number 31.
A great job, plenty of time. Wasn't very quickly away, but he stuck to the rails, managed to find a nice passage through. As you can see there in that replay, fairly slow from box 1, but has hit the line strongly there and been too good for Lisa Ahern. Brenton Cole over in Australia was over there for the State of Origin with a few other greyhound personalities this week. So good luck to everyone from the Lisa Rahun team, with half the field lining up in the Group 1 New Zealand Breeders' Stakes, and we are getting closer to the feature, which is race number 9 on the program. Number 1, Plenty of Time. Win number 8 at start number 31 today is paid $321.50. Number 3, Horse Day 220 and 9 Death Star 250. 1-3 Quinella pays $10.60. Trifecta 139 $100.60. First 4 1397 $317.30. We'll look ahead to race number 8. I'm really looking forward to this race. Small field down to just the 6 greyhounds lining up, but some quality distance dogs in this race, of course, as we build towards the big Group 1 in Christchurch in a couple of weeks' time, to take place on the same night as the South Island Champs. Extreme Twist, which finished third in the Silver Collar, has come up as favourite, 281.70 fixed, not a whole heap in the tote pools at this stage. Number 6, Flying Twist, I thought that was impressive last Friday, was at $6 this morning, now into $5 and $2.20. Botany Richie, 350.180 fixed, disappointing in its heat of the Silver Collar, but certainly capable over this distance. We're going to hear from Hayley Mullane about Who Dat Boy prior to race 8, is at $6 and $2.50 with the bookies, but as you can see, all these runners in single figures. It's a small field, but a very, very good field, and a tricky race to try and sort out there in race number 8. Looking forward to it, Ryan. We'll be back again before race 8.
Yeah, cheers, Liz. And the big one is race 9 today, New Zealand Breeders' Stakes 7:37. The big night at Hattrick. It's a shame the rain has come along, but that track's holding up really well, and we're still seeing some really good racing. A short break here on TAB Trackside 1. On the back to the Franklin Harness at Alexandra Park.
TRCal Racing's new Colt could take you there. By Coach Choice from a Stravinsky mare who's out of a Zabeel mare. His 2-year-old sister's won twice in 2015. He's also impressive and poised to run early. Secure your share in this standout colt now. And all expenses are paid for 12 months. We have a history of
There's no rugby on tonight. There's no 7:30 Super 15 game because the playoffs, of course, are tomorrow night at Forsyth Bar Stadium in Dunedin, and overnight Saturday night the Stormers and the Brumbies. So sit back, relax, and stay tuned. TAB Trackside 1. We head to Alexandra Park for the next, and they're staying indoors tonight. It's not bitterly cold outside by any stretch of the imagination in Auckland, but the facilities at Alexandra Park are so good. I think it's one of the best TABs in the country inside Alexandra Park. It's a beauty. Why not rug up inside? Right, what have we got here? The Crown Jewels is the favourite with the bookies. 12 Monkey's the favourite on the tote. This is the Coromandel FM Trot. Great radio station, that too. Every time you get down the Coromandel, tune in. They do it very well, Coromandel FM. 6 minutes out, 2,200 metres here, Craig, and you're off to a good start. Where are we looking here?
Not an easy race to analyse, Ryan, but I thought runners 2 and 10 here if I was backing into this race. This guy rocks at $8, and I thought the Crown Jewels paraded very well going onto the track tonight. For Nicky Chilcott, got a bit of breeding around it. I thought they would be the two I'd be looking at. It's around about $6. You're right about the facilities here at Alexandra Park, Ryan. It's actually quite a balmy old night here tonight. Not a lot of wind and a lot of people outside. Haven't got the jackets on tonight, so we know that it's not an overly cold night here tonight. A few of them in the Park Cafe and a few in that TAB you're talking about. Graham Payne runs a good job there at the TAB at Alexandra Park here, and of course they've got trials here tomorrow, so if you're in the Auckland region, get along to the workouts here, start 10 o'clock, grab breakfast, head into the TAB and invest on the afternoon gallops while having something to eat at the park. Of course, we've got the Chinese restaurant here as well, so plenty of things happening on course at Alexandra Park if you're in the Green Lane region. Horse on screen at the moment, that one is trained by Michelle Wallace and Bernie Hackett. Its name is 12 Monkeys. Hard to catch, is the favourite at $4. And saying that, has galloped on numerous occasions, this mare by Monkey Bones. Last start ran 7th behind Tuamalay in a good field. Was making good ground. Did trot the whole journey, so the encouraging part about 12 Monkeys that it's finally starting to get it right. $4 favourite, runner number 9, 12 Monkeys. And saying that, I haven't found it in my top 3. For me, I'm going for the horse on screen at the moment. Horse number 2, This Sky Rocks, trained by Alan Lynch. Simon Lawson takes the drive. What I like about this horse is the short distance racing, 2,200 metres. Just a runner by Sky Valley. Last week, found itself in front. Shot clear turning for home and got beaten by a couple of progressive types. Tourmalet, trained by Ross Painter, I think will do a good job this season. This Guy Rocks, I think if it finds the front again, would give you a decent side at around about $7. Put it on top just in front of the Crown Jewels by Pegasus Spore out of Landora's Image. This one owned by a couple of well-known identities. Steve Clark in the Greyhound game, I'm sure he'll be watching in tonight. The Crown Jewel along with Barry Lichter and Donna Chisholm and the rest of the group of owners that own the Crown Jewels. Talking to Nicky on many occasions, said this horse is far better than a maiden. And when he learns about the game, he'll be not a bad trotter. So runner number 10 you must have in. The horse on screen at the moment is my third pick. Number 4, Landora's Girl, by the Prez out of Landora's Pearl. This one owned by Lex and Heather Williams. Kim Butt takes the drive. 2 starts at Alexandra Park. Hasn't got it right both times, but I think the ability's there. It's just the manners. She is getting better. She looks a little bit more settled tonight when she came on the track tonight. So I thought runner number 4, Landora's Girl, a chance. And from the inside, got to go Twinkle. Peter Ferguson takes the drive for Ken Safon. I marked them 2 on top to beat 10, 4 and 1. 2 to beat 10, 4 and 1. Aaron's with 9, 10, 7 and 1. 9, 10, 7 and 1. Josh Dickey, he drives number 6, La Maitre D, and this is what he had to say. Josh, you drive one for Brent Marshall tonight, La Maitre D. She's whacking away in that maiden grade for quite some time, but what she does have is good manners and usually around about the honeypot.
Yeah, that's right. You know, she just missed third last week, and you know, as you say, the manners, you know, terrific with this horse, and always puts herself thereabouts. But you know, I think in this sort of maiden field tonight, those manners could really help her run a place.
I think if you're taking a first 4, she's the one that you put in at the thick end of first 4. She probably hasn't got the ability of a couple of others, but 9 times out of 10 she trots the journey, and with maiden trotters, that's what you have to do. And if a couple of the favourite runners makes mistakes, well, she'll be right there at the finish by Love You out of Perfect Andon. I think Ted Edwards has got a share in it along with Brent Marshall. So Josh Dickey drove the winner of the last with Barabbas, and boy, 242 for maidens this track, and lightning fast condition here at Alexandra Park. Head-to-head 12 Monkeys versus the Crown Jewels on option 523 if you want to play into that. 12 Monkeys and the Crown Jewels. 210 versus 165. Aaron White, race number 3 tonight, the Coromandel FM Trot, just talking about what's been happening at Alexandra Park. Of course, you've got the Grand Park Chinese restaurant here. They do a great yum cha, not that I can have it anymore, on a lunchtime menu. And, of course, the Sports Cafe, of course, it's well looked after here. And, of course, the TAB, Graham Payne, does a really good job in there. Of course, with the syndicates, they do a good job as well.
Yeah, you did right there, Craig. Well worth getting involved here, and plenty of free parking too, which is great to be able to enjoy all of those things here at Alexandra Park. Here in the third, we're 9, 10, 7 and 1 with the unruly pair. 12 Monkeys was very good when third 3 starts ago. Michelle Wallace doing the driving. We'll put in the 10, the Crown Jewels. That's well in the mix here too. A good second 2 starts ago. That was in behind Allingham. An early gallop didn't help last time. 7, Paul Lamore, the Love You gelding out of Bright Paula, beautifully bred, related to Hot Holiday. I think it's doing good things across in West Australia now. Super Bowl cheerleader. Of course, she's a Group 1 winner, Super Bowl cheerleader, and Going Commandos also in the family here. So it will be a family or a horse that will just continue to improve Paul Lamore. So whatever he does tonight, he will just improve on, I'm sure of that. And got to go Twinkle for Cumu Kenny Safont, not the worst in this either, Craig. Good third, 3 starts back. Pete Ferguson to do the driving. 9, 10, 7 and 1, and don't forget too, Midwinter Christmas at the races here at Alexandra Park from next Friday, 4 weeks, June 26, July 3, 10 and 17. A great way to get clients, colleagues, friends and family here to the races and enjoy what should be another cracking night of entertainment through those 4 nights. Those hospitality packages available, alexpark.co.nz for further information and to book 63 111 65. As you know, Craig, there's no better view in town at Alexandra Park than the top of the park.
Oh, they do a wonderful job up there. Their seafood buffet, it's well worth the money that you pay for, and great viewing, as you mentioned, sitting right at the top of that stand there, all glass enclosed in the warmth, out of the cold, and looking over the track at Alexandra Park. And as you mentioned, those packages are available for the next 4 weeks, so make sure you get onto the website here at alexpark.co.nz and have a look at getting involved in.
Starter Frank Phelan calls the maidens up to the barrier strand. Thank you, Craig. As the barrier strand releases, the Sky Rocks. He galloped for a stride. He's back down and trotting quickly. Lady J slowly off the mark. Landora's Girl, she did trot away, but she's galloped now in the first 100 metres. And the Crown Jewels was also another mistake maker as they work on to the stables corner. Need the dough over La Maitre D. La Maitre D and Josh Dickey, though, hunting for the lead position. They're followed by Gotta Go Twinkle and Yankee Doodle Dandy against the marker line. Coming forward is Paula Moore, the debutante, around one of its stablemates, Lady J. The other stablemate, 12 Monkeys, has the back of Lady J as Paula Moore gallops around that first corner. Further away, Landora's Girl and the Crown Jewels. So through the back they go, and La Maitre D does take over Need the Dough. 2.5, Gotta Go Twinkle. Similar margin back then to Yankee Doodle Dandy. Lady J sitting park. 1-1, 12 Monkeys around the Sky Rocks. Lead time in 50 seconds neat. Further away, Landora's Girl. They're followed by the Crown Jewels, and after that early mistake, Paula Moore now out of contention. They sweep across the showgrounds turn, 1400 to go. La Maitre D freewheeling in front, leads away by 2.5. Second is Need the Dough for DJB, then Gotta Go Twinkle, Peter Ferguson third against the marker line. Lady J and the Wizard Todd Mitchell fourth and parked. Yankee Doodle Dandy, Jim Cole, 4 back on the marker line, and the 1-1 is 12 Monkeys and Michelle Wallace, and this guy rocks away from the markers to be on the back of 12 Monkeys for Simon Lawson. There's 8 lengths away in the field to Landora's Girl, followed by the Crown Jewels, and further away Paula Moore. 32 and 2 was the opening quarter. Stables corner they are. La Maitre D from Need the Dough. Lady J inching closer up on the outside, parked around Gotta Go Twinkle. 1-1 is 12 Monkeys back on the inside then to Yankee Doodle Dandy, and this Sky Rocks, and 6 lengths away then to Landora's Girl, the last of the winning chances. 31 the second quarter. La Maitre D through the back by 3, Need the Dough. Lady J up on the outside, third and park. Back on the inside, Gotta Go Twinkle. 12 Monkeys bolting in the 1-1 for Michelle. They're followed by This Guy Rocks back on the inside, Yankee Doodle Dandy. Landora's Girl last of the main chances off the back. 500 to go. La Maitre D to be caught. She's going along nicely in front. Lady J closes up that lead margin. 29.5 the quarter down the back. 12 Monkeys about to spring out of his 1-1 trailing spot. Then the Sky Rocks homeward bound. La Maitre D claimed by Lady J. 12 Monkeys out of the 1-1. This Sky Rocks down the outside. Further away, Gotta Go Twinkle. Lady J, La Maitre D. 12 Monkeys. This Sky Rocks looking to get over the top of them. Here comes This Sky Rocks. All over the top of them. Nice win. This Guy Rocks, 12 Monkeys. Photos third. La Maitre D, Lady J, very tight for third. Then came Gotta Go Twinkle, Landora's Girl. Need the Dough back in the field with Yankee Doodle Dandy, the Crown Jewels and Paula Moore. 252.1 and 29.3 was the final quarter. The Sky Rocks, beautifully handled by Simon Lawson. No panic drive. He just galloped for a stride at the start. That put him on the back foot. So he had to go back. He's got a nice track into the race on the back of 12 Monkeys. And he's lengthened strongly in the home straight, the Sky Valley 3-year-old. It's over the top of 12 Monkeys and particularly close third. La Maitre D, Lady J. Judge Graham McLennan can split that pair for us. And the Coromandel FM trot backs up what was a very good third last Friday night. This Sky Rocks with his maiden victory tonight.
Official placings, race 3, the Coromandel FM trot. 293-614. 293-614. Horse 2, the Sky Rocks, trotted the 2200 metres from a stand in 252.17. Mile rate of 25.9. Last 858.8, the 429.3. The margins 3/4 of a length, 1 3/4 lengths a nose. 293-614, race 3, Coromandel FM trot.
The Sky Rocks are back at the head of the field, raced by Alan Lynch along with James Brownlee, SK Ball, Mrs. NC Ball, along with, I'm sure it's Bob Lynch, the president of Franklin Park, and Jay Adams. Congratulations to you, Sky Valley 3-year-old Bay Gelding at a Roxy Hart when won at start 11. Alan Lynch, the trainer at Pukekohe, and beautifully handled too by Simon Lawson here too, backing up what was a good third last Friday night. The Sky Rocks, past president, I should say, Graham Wolf down there, part of the victory celebrations tonight after the Coromandel FM trot. 9-12 Monkeys in for second. Monkey Bones Brown 4-year-old mare out of Springfield Helen, raced by the 12 Monkeys Syndicate. Mrs. N.J. Hackett, Mrs. J.M. Argus, P.G. Argus, and T. Gearley. Michelle Wallace and Bernie Hackett trained at Waiuku, and Michelle Wallace doing the driving. And 3 Lady J for third, Majestic Sun Indicator Brown 4-year-old mare, R.C. Johnson, Miss J.H. Cole, and Ms. M.J. Wallace, the owners. Michelle Wallace, Bernie Hackett, trained at Waiuku, and Todd Mitchell. This Guy Rocks, the Sky Valley 3-year-old, bred by Alan Lynch, S.L. Heroini, along with S.K. and N.C. Ball, B. Lynch and C. Lynch. Totes in the third. We'll see the Sky Rocks number 2 returns $7.20, $1.90, $7.20, $1.90, 9-12 Monkeys, $1.90, $1.90, and 3 Lady J, $4 even, $4. Quinella, $13.90, $13.90. The trifecta, $271.40, $271.40. First 4, $2,414.10, $2,414.10. And the early treble tonight, 2, 5 and 2. The numbers required for $36.40, $36.40.
Corborn Miami, they charge down the back though, and in front Bedlam Bridge doing a good job. 3 or 4 in front now with Illicit Twist closing off just in behind. Here we go to Flying Twist, running into it now. Who Dat Boy with very big strides, they come behind. Oh, Who Dat Boy's going to swoop on them, coming with it. Flying Twist though through the centre. Flying Twist, Who Dat Boy, Flying Twist will beat Who Dat Boy. Great finish and a great line up here for third.
That was a great race there last Friday night. A lot of those greyhounds lining up in this race. Bedlam Bridge led for most of the way. I was getting excited speaking to Paul Freeman during the week. He said he was a bit surprised the way that he faded, the way that he did. He just seemed to burst of boiler out in front. That was fairly uncharacteristic for him, jumping like that. He does usually come home well. When I spoke to Paul, he probably seemed the most confident about Flying Twist, although he did say not to hold him to that, and that's in from $6 into $5. I've always really liked Who Dat Boy. This greyhound's lining up for Hayley Mullane, second in that race and behind Flying Twist, and earlier on I caught up with Hayley. Hayley, first of all, thinking about Let's Go Letty, that was a massive run to come home for fourth in the heat last week.
Yeah, it was. I thought her chances were gone when she took the smack on the corner, but she did. She managed to loot them she did really well. It was a strong run home, and she pulled up really well and whatnot. She doesn't travel the best, so when she got home and stuff, she was a little bit tired the next day and that, but yeah, no, she's jumping out of her skin today.
She's come up with box 7 in the final. Are you happy with the draw?
I am, given there's heaps of speed on the rail. She wants to stay out of trouble. She can jump this bitch, but she didn't last week, and I suspect it was because it was the first time done the lights. So we'll just see. If she can jump, she might be worth putting in a first 4.
In the distance race today, you've got Who Dat Boy, and that was a big run for second behind Flying Twist last week.
Yeah, it was. I was really, really pleased with him. Yeah, he did really well. He got a little knock, but nothing too major. He's always into big trouble, that guy. And if he can stay out of trouble, he's worth a place bet, yeah, definitely.
It's raining pretty hard here at Hattrick today. Will your greyhounds mind that?
Not Who Dat Boy. He won't mind it at all. It's probably more his thing. He's a really strong dog, and he'll just keep on plodding. But Let's Go Letty, yeah, she might find it a bit tough. She has encountered a wet track once before at Auckland, and yeah, it wasn't sort of her cup of tea. But you can only but try, and we'll see how she goes.
Well, Hayley, fingers crossed and good luck today.
Yeah, thank you.
Hayley Mullane there discussing Who Dat Boy and also Let's Go Letty, which she has lining up in the group by New Zealand Breeder State. She does a great job with her greyhounds, and Who Dat Boy, as she was saying, he always just seems to find a bit of trouble with this greyhound, but while he's talented, he narrowly missed out on making the final of the Silver Collar. He's at $6.50 with the bookies, $5.80 and $2.60 on the tote. And number 2, Botany Richie is now joint bookies favourite, $3.50, so a bit of money for this greyhound for John McInerney. Back up again over more ground, and we have seen him thrive over this distance in the past. Number 2, Botany Richie. Mark Rosanowski, as we come back to you, small field here of 6, but it's a great field we've got here in the 645 metre race.
It's a super field, Elizabeth, and I've left out Botany Richie at $3.50. When he did win his race, it was a fairly moderate field compared to this, and they didn't break 39, but we've seen what he can do. And it wouldn't surprise me, clearly, if he won it, nor the other dog I've left out, which is your fella Bedlam Bridge. Very keen about the 8 here, Boston Heart. I think it's a tremendous value. This is a dog that qualified for a Group 1 recently over 520 metres, a 520 metre winner last week. Class 5s, 4 and 5, admittedly. Very capable. He's broken 37 seconds here for the trip. I think it's a very, very good odds, the 8 Boston Heart. Angela Turmoil has 4 in the race, went 8, 7, 6 and 4. Extreme Twist, who ran third past the post in the Duke of Edinburgh Silver Collar, and first run since that time. Placed in both runs over the 6:45 so far here on the track. Flying Twist, the winner from last week, and the sister to Extreme Twist, first up in New Zealand, and didn't look the winner across the top, but gee, she kept on coming. She's the only girl in this, and Who Dat Boy was only half a length off, and being the strong dog that he is, small field will probably help. Botany Richie's capable, of course. And Bedlam Bridge, well, yes, I've seen it before where dogs who aren't normally, they're not used to being on the bunny, they're on the bunny, they're going flat out 100%, whereas if they had some pace and some cover, they'd probably only be going 95% and have some punch left, and he might get left in front again here. Bedlam Bridge, let's see. Aon CPF, 645 metres, fine field. The 1, the 3 are out, Bedlam Bridge, the 5, Extreme Twist, the 7. Botany Richie has 2, Who Dat Boy in the blue, Flying Twist the green, and Boston Heart the outside. Botany Richie is favourite, 350 over 360 Extreme Twist. There's nothing in it really. Round comes the bunny set racing. Botany Richie hopped out okay here. Who Dat Boy is going to find the pace, and Boston Heart pushes forward up and around the outside. They'll be followed between runners there by Flying Twist and Bedlam Bridge, and back last Extreme Twist. Past as they come, Who Dat Boy in front. Botany Ritchie joins at the inside. 3 lengths away, Boston Heart gets pushed sideways by Flying Twist. Extreme Twist up and around that, and Bedlam Bridge back to last. Into the back, it's Who Dat Boy the outside. It's Botany Ritchie the inside. He's gone, and the lady starts to drive. Flying Twist trying to cut them down. Then Boston Heart, Extreme Twist, and Bedlam Bridge. Ritchie's got them in trouble. Botany Ritchie by 4 on the corner from Who Dat Boy. Then we've got Flying Twist, Extreme Twist, Boston Heart, and Bedlam Bridge. Botany Ritchie's in. Who Dat Boy second, Flying Twist third. Further back then to Boston Heart, Extreme Twist, Bedlam Bridge. Well, there you go, Ritchie just too good, and I bet he's run a better time tonight. He has he's broken 38 seconds in a 37 and 99 with a run home here of 12.04. Who Dat Boy set up the terms. It was his turn tonight to find the pace and then just feel the pinch over the concluding stages. Botany Ritchie with big strides just clears out here and wins very convincingly over Who Dat Boy. Flying Twist, another pretty good run, second up in New Zealand, and then Boston Heart was pushed sideways by Flying Twist, just less than a lap to run. From the hop, he was out nicely. Who Dat Boy with Botany Ritchie hugging the paint, and Flying Twist and Boston Heart. They rubbed shoulders for about 200 metres there, probably didn't help themselves, but all honours with the winner here, Botany Ritchie. 37.99, 5 lengths, 1 1/4 lengths, and 5 lengths were the margins, and it has been 2, 4, 6 and 8 here. Elizabeth, 11.77 first split, 25.95 second split, to the second mark, and 12.04 that run home, and second McInerney win for the night.
Number 2, Botany Ritchie. Surprising to see Who Dat Boy leading the mount. He's done a good job there and a stick on for second, but number 2, Botany Ritchie, was looming, and in the end has been too good for John McInerney. Owned by Roy and Karen Thompson of Plasterboard Limited, which sponsors the Silver Collar. Named after a good friend of mine, Richie Jones. Richie, I hope you had $1 on today. Number 2, Botany Ritchie is paying $3.70 and $2.30. Number 4, Who Dat Boy, $1.30 and 6. Flying Twist, no third dividend. Quinella 2 with 4 pays $11.60. Trifecta 2, 4, 6, 57.40, and the first 4, 2, 4, 6 and 8. All the evens pays $125. Double across races 7 and 8. 1 with 2 pays $14.10. Concession 1 with 4, $7.80. Triple trio not struck. It has been very hard today. So that means a jackpot carrying forward to next Friday night. That was race number 8 on the programme too. Botany Ritchie taking out the distant race. We'll look ahead to race number 9, which is our feature tonight. It's the Group 1 New Zealand Breeders' Stakes, and Kilchurn lines up as a dominant favourite, and with the way that the box draw has come out, does look very, very hard to beat in the final tonight, barring bad luck. You've also got the likes of Kissing Gwyneth drawn out wide, and a box 6 tonight will need to jump at $9. That money just keeps coming for Kilchurn into $1.50. Is up half a kg for Glenn Hodgson. It'd be wonderful to see him getting the Group 1. Smash Allegro at $5.50. and $1.50. Hearing from Sam Lazelle from the Lisa Rahern Kennel earlier, he said that all their dogs had worked up well on Tuesday, and that if Smash Allegro or Kissing Gwyneth jump, both could be a chance in the final. Really looking forward to it. Ryan, our Group 1 on the programme gets underway at 7:37.
Cheers, Liz. It is our very next race. And I tell you what, Rozzo, before the show started, said if he was to put his life on a greyhound, he would put it in Kilchurn in the big one, the New Zealand Breeders. That's good enough for me. Well, Liz and Rozzo caught up earlier on, and they punched out their numbers for the quaddie, which starts on our big one, the Group 1 New Zealand Breeders Stakes. Let's pick up that preview for the big quaddie.
Our late quaddie today gets underway with race number 9, and it is the feature on the programme, the Group 1 New Zealand Breeders' Stakes. I thought this was the race where we could anchor. I've anchored Kilchurn. What about you?
Yeah, I've gone the same, Elizabeth. Just think the draw is perfect for the dog, and really good heat win last week. Faster of the 2 heats, there wasn't too much in it. Running down Kissing Gwyneth, outstanding. The way things have drawn, just perfect for Kilchurn. And if you go wider, you start to get into trouble, because I have gone pretty wide thereafter.
Yeah, me too, actually. The second leg, I've gone with the field. In terms of my selections, I've gone with Tari Zara on top. I've been really impressed with her. She's stepping up in grade today, but I still thought a big chance here nonetheless. And similarly to Corborn Brick, I know you're keen on. I thought a big chance here off the 2, but we've gone with the field here, taking the stress out. Hopefully Kiltune does take out the first leg.
I took a couple of runners out here because I went wider in some later races where you haven't. So I took out the 1 and the 8, Miss Selfies and Opawa and Jackie. Nonetheless, they're greyhounds that deserve their place in the race, and it's a very nice field. But numbers, I went 2, 5, 9 and 3. Greater Jack coming in off the ballot too makes life interesting there.
Yeah, I've always been a bit of a fan of Greater Jack. The third of the legs I've gone quite narrow here. I mentioned earlier on that I am a fan of J-Lo, down from the north for Steve Clark. I thought this was a must include in the quaddie. And also number 1, Allegro Touch. I thought off the inside today comes up with a much better draw and a big chance.
Gone with a handful here, and certainly they're 2 of them, just as well. But I have gone with 5 on top, Narahoy, downgraded runner. We'll need a wee bit of luck from the 5. He's the sort of dog that can create his own luck, though. 10 Armed Forces coming in off the ballot. Another recent downgrader who I think should be in the mix here off box number 2. The 6 Big Boy Dino is not well drawn. I just want him on my side, and the 2 that you mentioned there. So I have gone wider there, and I've ended up with more combinations than you. So we'll see how it goes. 5, 10, 6, 1 and 3.
The last leg, the last today gets underway at 8:59. I mentioned earlier on today my best bet is All in Berlin. I thought that she was a huge chance here off box 1. We've discussed this previously, and my slight concern with her is her tendency to go out wide. I'd like to see her get quite a big breakout in front, so it won't matter so much here in the last. I also really like the 6 here, which is Grand Allegro, has been going very good races. And 8 Wine Time, she can ping away, and from box 8 actually has a decent record. So I've gone 1, 6 and 8 here in the last leg.
Yeah, again, I've gone a little bit wider with 4 runners. My concern with All in Berlin is purely that she does want to run away from the rail a little. I think she's the best greyhound in the field. If she jumps clear, these dogs that do move away from the rail a bit, they take that out of the equation because there's no pressure from the outside. They're just running their own race, a solo trial effectively, so she can do it. Went with the 5 on top, Super Zip Zip, with no confidence whatsoever. Downgrades, awkward box for the greyhound. Hold your breath at the start, I think, is worth the each way money. The 8 Wine Time, who I think can get across most of this field here and will need to. The 2 Winfield Winter, drawn close to the rail, a help, and obviously All in Berlin. I'd never want to run without it.
Our quaddie gets underway, not too long. Race number 9, time to go at 7:37. Good luck whichever way you choose to play it.
Okay, Leg 1, the team have put number 2 Kiltune on top. Field in leg number 2, 1 and 3 in race number 11. Yeah, I tend to think J-Lo's, it's a very, very good chance in that race number 3. Quite like it at the odds of 7.50 too. That might be a little sneaky bet for you in race 11. And in race 12, 1, 6 and 8, 24 bucks, 48 combinations, 50% for that $24 spend. And number 2, Kiltune, well, only bad luck beats it. We'll get back to Elizabeth for a big lead up prior to the Group 1 New Zealand Breeders' Stakes. Time to go 7:37, and that's the same time that the quaddie gets underway. Right, back to Craig the Whale Thompson in Whale. We're up to race number 4. Real Talk, 420. It was, it showed Real Talk in that debut win.
Lovely filly, isn't she, Ryan, by Real Desire out of Club Sport. I think she's a half to Statesman that Tony Hurler, he trained to win numerous races. This one, Mark Jones, trains 2-year-old filly. Yet she was very good on debut. She takes on pretty good 3-year-old and Better Mac here. I think it improved greatly with its run at Alexandra Park behind Bracken Ridge last week. I think he's the one to beat from barrier number 2. Zach Butcher takes the drive for Brian Hughes. Hearing through from Sal at the racing desk. A couple of good bets on Real Talk here. $2,000 a win on runner number 4. And also $8,000 a place on the filly by Real Desire. So considerable bet. Race 4, number 4, Real Talk. $1,000 a win also on 2, Better Mac. Brett Mangos, he drives 2.5 Tigers in race number 4. Brent, you drive 2.5 Tigers. The maiden race was always going to be on the line last start, and he did the job very nicely. He steps up to the C1s tonight, but he's a nice horse who just seems to be getting better each start.
Yeah, he does. Drove him on Saturday. I thought he trialled okay. He's probably a first 4 chance. Well, got a little bit of speed. If he gets the right run, look, he's a first 4.
Lindsay and Pam Turner trained 2.5 Tigers, a third and a first in his last 2 starts. Mango thinks first 4 chance with the right sort of run, steps up from maidens to the C1s. $3,000 and $2,000 bet on 2 Better Max. So the money is coming now for the favourite into 165 on the book. Runner number 2. He's got a personal best of 239, this horse. 2 starts ago, he ran 3rd behind Johnny Be Good. That was at Cambridge. Prior to that, he was placed behind his stablemate, My Kiwi Mate. So he goes okay. Better Mac, and I think he is the one to beat. Race 4, horse number 2. In front of 4 Real Talk. I put in 8 J-Dub. I thought he looked pretty well going on the track tonight. James Stormont takes the drive for Robert Dunn, son of McCardle. He'll race in the Ian Dobson colours tonight, the lime green. J-Dub and 2.5 Tigers. For me, it's 2, 4, 8 and 6. 2, 4, 8 and 6. Aaron's with 2, 4 and 6. Third leg of the quaddie. The first 2 legs you've needed 5 Barabbas and 2 This Guy Rocks. Aaron, as I come to you a minute out from race number 4 tonight, Better Mac. He was probably 2 or 3 lengths behind his stablemate, My Kiwi Mate, but he was a very, very nice horse. He's got a very quick personal best time, and I think he needed that run last week.
Yeah, he did. He's had a freshen up, hasn't he, Better Mac, and that was a strong pace last week. $1.60. I'm not too sure I'd take the $1.60. I'd probably want a wee bit better value than that, but he's a nice type, as we've seen, and his maiden victory was simply stunning that night. He was out the back with Maurice McKendry driving, and he came from near last to first that night, Better Mac. He's a nice type. Zach Butcher to do the driving for Bunty Hughes. I did make him a special for Real Talk. Plenty to like about the Real Desire fillies debut win back on the 5th of June. Kimberly Butt again to do the driving here for Mark Jones. We'll throw in the 6 2.5 Tigers, who built well to his maiden victory back on the 29th of May. And I Am the One gets a nice draw to be handy throughout Todd McFarlane. I'd certainly have that covered on all combination tickets. I Am the One. 2 a special, 4, 6 and 3 for me.
Thanks, Aaron. Of course, Harness Racing Sunday, Marlborough, their second day. Pick 6 guaranteed $30,000 on Sunday. The prelude today, of course, impressive winner there was Naughty Maravu beating All Delight in the favourite Return to Sender into third. So Winter Cup on Sunday. Looking forward to that at Marlborough, their second day, Sunday afternoon. And behind the mobile for race number 4 tonight, your favourite will start from barrier number 2 in the green with the yellow spots. Same colours as the Orange Agent. Better Mac is his name. Here's our
horse, She's a Springfield. Thank you, Craig. And the contestants for the 4th, the Powell Transport Limited Mobile Pace, forming up in behind the yellow bar arm. And the hot favourite, Better Mac out of barrier 2 in the Orange Agent's colours of Bunty Hughes. Zach Butcher to do the driving. The son of Better's Delight. He'll run the very warm order here in the 4th on the program as they work into the lane. Powell Transport Limited Pace, starter Frankie Phelan activates the green light and they're off and racing. And out fast Real Talk with the Better Mac and also Better Think Twice. I Am the One and Better's Pocket to take positions behind the leading trio. Then 2.5 Tigers, She's a Springfield, J-Dub to be the last onto the stables corner. Better Mac, the son of Better's Delight and race favourite Zach Butcher through to hold up the lead over Real Talk. Better Think Twice caught out 3 wide, David Butcher to press on. Better's Pocket secures the early trail as they pace up into the back straight. Then I Am the One, 2.5 Tigers, J-Dub and She's a Springfield. Better Mac holds up the lead a length as Better Think Twice gets down to Park. Trailing is Better's Pocket for Tony Cameron, 1-1 Real Talk. Back on the inside, 2.5 Tigers. Then I Am the One, Todd McFarlane third last, J-Dub and James Stormont second last, and She's a Springfield last on the inside. 42-1 the lead time. Better Mac sweeping across the showgrounds turn. Zach Butcher a length and a half. In the trail is Better's Pocket. Better Think Twice sitting out parked, and 2.5 Tigers. Brent Mangos 3 back on the inside. Kimberly Butt has the nice debut winner in the 1-1 Real Talk, having her second start. The Real Desire filly looking to remain unbeaten. She's a Springfield, Nikki Chilcott 4 back on the inside of I Am the One, and J-Dub opening quarter 32.2. Powell Transport Limited Pace down to the Judge Bell and 1 to go, and Better Mac is getting a very, very soft second half of the race here, and he'll walk them onto the stables corner final time over Better Think Twice, and back on the inside Better's Pocket. Real Talk in the 1-1 back over on the inside then to a 2.5 Tigers being covered up by I Am the One. She's a Springfield getting right up on the nickel with the lack of pace in the race, and J-Dub to its outside. 32.5 the second quarter. 64.7 the half. It'll be a sprint home, and the race favourite and leader, he's got a powerful sprint. Better Mac leads from Better Think Twice the outside, and Better's Pocket in the trail in the 1-1 Real Talk. Now they start to sprint. Back on the inside, 2.5 Tigers from I Am the One. She's a Springfield J-Dub, 500 to go as they turn off the back and work the showgrounds turn final time. Better Mac been stoked up here by Zach. Better Think Twice, Real Talk springs out of the 1-1. Better's Pocket waiting the passing lane, then 2.5 Tigers, and I Am the One, 29 and 8 the quarter down the back. Better Mac picks up a length and a half as he swings for home over Real Talk and Better's Pocket, then Better Think Twice, 2.5 Tigers. Better Mac under pressure here. Real Talk, Better's Pocket slipping on the passing lane. Better's Pocket going to Better Mac. Better's Pocket and Tony Cameron to beat Better Mac and Real Talk, 2.5 Tigers fourth. Then I Am the One, Better Think Twice, J-Dub, and she's a Springfield 244. The final quarter 27.3, a half and 57.1. Well, secured a lovely run in the trail, did Better's Pocket. The Better's Delight black 3-year-old gelding out of Pocket full of posies for the Auckland Trotting Club 2014 Syndicate. There was plenty of noise as he slipped through on the passing lane with plenty of the syndicate members in attendance tonight. We'll get under the hot favourite Better Mac, had every chance. Real Talk for third, 2.5 Tigers working home well for fourth. The Powell Transport Limited Mobile Pace, yet another winner under the ribbon of light for the Auckland Trotting Club 2014 Syndicate.
Official placings, race 4, the Powell Transport Limited Mobile Pace. 1, 2, 4, 6, 3, 5. 1, 2, 4, 6, 3, 5. Horse 1, Better's Pocket, paced the 2200 metres in 2:44.07. Mile rate of 2 minutes. Last 857.1, the 427.3. The margins 3/4 of a length, and neck 3/4 of a length. 1, 2, 4, 6, 3, 5. Race 4, Powell Transport Limited Mobile Pace.
Better's Pocket to come back at the head of the field. Career win 3 at start number 10 for the Better's Delight 3-year-old black gelding at a pocket full of posies. Bred by JV Breeding Syndicate, the Auckland Trotting Club 2014 Syndicate race. Better's Pocket, Tony Hurley, the trainer at Papakura, and Tony Cameron, after securing the beautiful run in the trail, takes the passing lane and gets the victory in the Powell Transport Limited Pace. Past president of Franklin Park, Don Smith, down there part of the victory celebrations. 2, Better Mac for second. Better's Delight, Pocket Angel, Brown 3-year-old colt for MD Lee, F. Trapsky, Mrs. MJ Phillips, PB Lowther, and J. Stewart. Brian Hughes trained at Ardmore, Zach Butcher. 4, Real Talk, Real Desire Brown, 2-year-old filly at a Club Sport for third, raced by Mrs. K.R. Hatton along with Miss E.J. Hatton, Miss G.L. Hatton, and K. Smithies. Mark Jones trained at Burnham, and Kimberly Butt. 1, Better's Pocket, $18.40 and $2.60, $18.40 and $2.60. 2, Better Mac, $1, $1. 4, Real Talk, $1.10, $1.10. Quinella, $7.60, $7.60. Trifecta, $70.10, $70.10, and the first 4, $401.50, $401.50. Double 2 and 1 at $43.10, $43.10. The concession 2 and 2, $5.90, $5.90.
Missile fairly impressive in winning his heat last Friday. Speaking to Steve Clark during the week, he said he's sort of following in the footsteps of Blitzing Mayhem. He made the Futurity final after winning its heat over Kiss and Gwyneth. He also made the final of the Derby after winning its heat. He was second in the Group 2 Waikato Classic back in January and behind Kilchurn. As Steve said, he doesn't really have a favoured box because he does jump so well, but he may tend to drift off to the middle of the track.
Yeah, that's his issue really, Spud Missile. Look, great name, and he's been terrific here at Hattrick, and then he comes down here, of course, for the feature races. They travel for the features, take on the heats and the finals if they make them. He's won 4 from 7 here. His time was only a smidgen slower than Kilchurn's last week, and he did have the faster lead up in the 497 and the best midsection to 1857 as well. Not quite as strong in the run home, but he's no mug, this fella. He's a good dog. Yes, he uses up a wee bit of the track. He should be right in the thick of this. 30.37 for Kilchurn last week and 30.44 for Spud Missile out of the wonderful producer Nonna's Girl.
Number 4, Premier Division, another runner here for Lisa Rahun. One of the outsiders at $18 fixed and $22 on the type. But Mark, he surprised me in the heat last Friday the way he came home well for second.
He's had his problems too, this dog, and he does a good job when they get him on the track. Premier Division, chasing home Spud Missile last week. Spud Missile, he was beaten 4 lengths, but he found the line very strongly. Drawn 4 outside of Spud Missile, I think makes it fairly tough. Craig Rendell part owns this, and of course Kiss and Gwyneth, so good luck to Craig for the potential for his first at Group 1. Premier Division, though, you'd have to think something would have to go wrong with the favourite for Premier Division to take this out.
Number 5 is Allegro Max, the outsider of the field. Good resuming run there for third. In the past, has shown a fair bit of promise. Back in November, won an NZRS final at Manawatu 2. Finished 4th in the Group 2 Waikato Classic and behind Kilchurn, but probably difficult to see him finishing in the top 3 here.
Indeed, especially with the draw, and it's hard to see him making up 8 lengths on Kilchurn unless something went really wrong in this race. Allegro Max, but wonderful effort to get him into the final. You'd think he could only be improved by it. He is a brother to Smash Allegro out of the wonderful race bitch Hi-Fi Allegro, who won 88.
Number 6 is Kiss and Gwyneth, ultra consistent. She's got that good box speed. I would have loved to have seen her drawn closer to the rail mark.
Yeah, and underneath Spud Missile would have been good too. She likes to come across the face of the field. Now she'll try that. She might hit Spud Missile at some stage there. And she got gunned down by Kilchurn last week. She won a very good race, but Kilchurn was just too strong on the night. Only by a length, though. It's just a question of how can she win this from the draw.
Number 7, Let's Go Letty, a huge effort for her to qualify after being knocked off her feet earlier. Speaking to Hayley Mullane, she said she's not the best of travellers, and the rain may concern Let's Go Letty, but it'd be wonderful to see her figuring here.
Yeah, and the rain's eased off, and we've had periods without rain. Actually, it's a very pleasant night for this time of the year because it's pretty mild with the weather coming from the north at the moment. But Let's Go Letty, I thought was marvellous last week. I know it was only a 7-dog field and 4th of 7, you say, and look, she's a Class 3 and only 1 of 2 bitches in here, but I thought it was a terrific performance. If you want something longer for a place, you could do worse, and she bolted in good time too prior to that heat win up at Manukau.
Number 8 is Opawa Diesel, up from the south for Josh Lane and Robin Wales. One of the outsiders of the field here, and 4th in its heat and behind Kilchurn. And then Mark, I'll leave it with you for your call.
And badly boxed up here, Elizabeth, for Opawa Diesel, and that's a shame, but good to have a South Island contestant in this. The New Zealand Breeders' Stakes, and in the past there have been plenty of South Island contestants, but not so this time around. Opawa Diesel flies the flag. It's just hard to see him being able to win off box number 8 in this field, but he is a Class 5 dog, and he's earned his right to be here tonight to race for a stake of $26,000. Kilchurn at $1.60 and $1.20 as we lead into our Group 1, the New Zealand Breeders' Stakes, and we're getting the all clear. Greyhounds to the boxes for our Group 1 feature, the New Zealand Breeders' Stakes, $26,000 stake. Smash Allegro has box 1, 3 rug for Spud Missile. Gold rug here for Allegro Max, and Let's Go Letty in the black. It's the first line, forward they go. Second line, favourite Kilchurn box 2 into 4 Premier Division. Green rug Kissing Gwyneth, outside Opawa Diesel. Lined and ready, New Zealand Breeders' Stakes. Crowd have come out to play with set. And we race Smash Allegro off nicely, the inside, Spud Missile out fast, and Kilchurn trying to punch forward, and Kissing Gwyneth trying to cross them going around this first bend. There's trouble, and Kissing Gwyneth went down, and Let's Go Letty in trouble. Let's go back to the top at Smash Allegro by a couple, but Kilchurn is stalking it. 3 back then to Spud Missile. That'd be followed by Opawa Diesel, runs underneath Spud Missile. Further back in the race here, we've got Premier Division and Allegro Max further back in the race into Let's Go Letty in the corner. Kissing Gwyneth up to the corner. Kilchurn's going to race on by and claim a Group 1 for Glenn Hodgson. Kilchurn is in. Opawa Diesel massive for second. Smash Allegro third. Spud Missile fourth. Then we had Premier Division further back in the race then to Allegro Max.
In trouble first bend, Let's Go Letty, and Kissing Gwyneth fell at the first bend, but thankfully she's joined them on the lure. Kilchurn, hot favourite, takes out the New Zealand Breeders' Stakes in magnificent fashion. 30.55 the winning time, 11.68 has been the lead up. It's been 2, 8, Opawa Diesel, fabulous run for second. 1 is third. And that was Smash Allegro. And fourth to go by was number 3, Spud Missile. 2, 8, 1 and 3. Head-on shot to the first bend shows trouble for the dogs out wide. Kissing Gwyneth trying to come across the field. She tripped off the heels of Spud Missile. Let's Go Letty got a bit of the backwash. Opawa Diesel across onto Premier Division, causing some trouble for it too around that first bend. 5.03 was the lead up. Just missed the midsection. We'll get it in a moment. 30.55 has been good enough to win tonight. Number 2, Kilchurn. A Blue Dog by Apache Jet out of Romberg last. G. Hodgson, C. Fergus, Glenn Hodgson, the trainer. Win number 21 at start number 28. And Elizabeth Whelan catches up with Glenn Hodgson, the victorious trainer in our Group 1 tonight.
We're just going to wait for the dog, but Glenn, congratulations. You've been so patient with this dog and it's really paid off.
Yeah, no, I have, yeah. It's been a hard last 6 months with him, yeah. Injuries and that, yeah. It's good to pull one off, yeah.
It was a bit of a messy race here in the final tonight, but wonderful to see him avoiding the trouble.
Yeah, it was quick box speed and dodged out of it, yeah. No, good, yeah.
As you say, I mean, he's had a few injury issues, and as I was saying earlier as well, that kennel cough during the New Zealand Cup series. How does it feel to get the Group 1?
Oh, awesome. Yeah, it's awesome. Nervous as tonight. No, it's good. He's a good dog, and it's by a good sire, Apache Jet, and I think underrated sire, so I think the sire needs a bit of credit.
Any immediate plans for the greyhound? I guess you'll be giving the New Zealand Cup a go again?
Oh, of course, if he's still going around, Yeah, I'd like to go to the Auckland Derby, and if he pulls up all right after this run, and maybe the Size Produce Stakes. Yep.
Glenn, congratulations, and a huge thrill for you and owner Bill Fergus.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
A successful trainer there, Glenn Hodgson, who's just been so patient with the greyhound as Kilchurn comes back to the head of the dais with the short price favourite, and Bill Hodgson bringing the dog back. Kilchurn taking out a feature here tonight, Ryan, the Group 1 New Zealand Breeders' Stakes final. Wonderful to see him getting the win.
Outstanding performance, and it just the dog just slotted in really nicely and avoided the trouble, found the rail. What a performance behind Kilchurn. Deserves all the credit as it goes to the top of the dice, but Opawa Diesel was massive for second, just completely missed away, and I thought you can almost screw up your ticket, because in a race like this one it's very hard to pick up ground. But it was a great run for second from Opawa Diesel. At one stage I thought it might even go up to challenge Kilchurn. No such luck though. $1.50 and $1. Superb. Found the lead. Too strong for them. Too fast. What a fast greyhound this is. Opawa Diesel $2.90. Probably the run of the race behind the winner. No doubt about that. Smash Allegro third at $1.80, and up for fourth was Spud Missile, which did just come out of the boxes and run just a beeline for that first turn today. So thought Spud Missile might be the cause of some of the trouble. Just didn't pan out like that tonight. 2 and 8, 15.20, 281, $60.16, 281 and 3, 218.70. Nice shot of the greyhound there, Kilchurn, and deserves a bit of a lap of water for sure. 1, 2 and 2. $13.90 your treble. Kilchurn takes out the Group 1 New Zealand Breeders' Stakes final.
I'm naked in this afterlife. I was falling.
Hey, did you get our bet on?
Avon trackside 1. We're only 4.5 minutes out from the first leg of tonight's Pick 6. Hope you're enjoying the coverage from the Dogs at Wanganui. And the coverage coming out of Alexandra Park tonight. Hearing through from the bookmakers, pretty large investment went belly up on Bittermac in the last race, and they are playing back a big time here on Rocker Band in race number 5 tonight. I thought she was a very good bet, the filly out of the New Zealand Cup winner in Mainland Banner. Rocker Band won the second row. Zach Butcher takes the drive for Mark Jones. A race in the Greg Brodie colours by Rock and Roll Hanover. Last started in the Jewels. I put her on top to beat 2 She's Smooth, 6 God Forbid, and 4 Stars and Sound. Let's catch up with Brett Mangos. He trains runner number 2, She's Smooth. She's been in very good form earlier in the night. Brett had this to say. Mango, you drive She's Smooth from barrier number 2 tonight. She's done a really good job for you. This is a handy field, though. 3 or 4 chances. What you've got is a good barrier draw. And last start, you took on a nice horse in Bracken Ridge. Yeah, very much so. She's racing good and always goes a great wee race, you know. So she's trained good. I don't see any why she won't go any good. Look, she's drawn good at 2. I think she's a very good first 4 chance, but not saying she couldn't win the race either way. You know, if things went her way, she certainly could win, but I'm sure she'll go good. Just for the viewers, Mango, I mean, I've seen her in front a few times, but is she just one of those horses that has to be there at the top of the straight? Pretty much so, you know. I mean, she can't come from well back, unless they've gone hard in the you know, but at Auckland now, they're always getting home better than 28 or 28 and a piece, so, you know, you can't come from too far back anyway. So from the draw, she'll be very handy. I'm hoping she'll settle handy, and look, I do think she's a good chance. She's done a wonderful job this season. She's won 4 from 19. She's Smooth. Took on Bracken Ridge last start from an awkward draw. Much better drawn tonight. Barrier number 2, $6 the book, $7 on the tote. Josh Dickey drives the stable runner, Joe and Ed No Better. Josh, you drive Joe and Ed No Better tonight in race number 5. When you look at the race, you think, well, gee, she's a big winning chance coming off the race behind Bracken Ridge where they went 2:38. But this is not a bad field.
No, it's not. But, you know, all the same, you know, her form, you know, you can't put a hole on it, really. She's come from near last and he just got beat for 3rd on a 2:38 clip, as you said. But, you know, she's got the good draw. I feel the Wonder Beat's following her, so, you know, that's always wary. You've got to be careful of that. But, yeah, it's a neat field. But, you know, I think the way she's going to be right there. Josh Dickey with his thoughts about Joe and Ed No Better. Another filly that has won 3 races this season, so got to have her in the mix from barrier number 1 tonight. Joe and Ed No Better. I put 9 Rocker Band on top. She's one of those fillies that can sustain a pretty long sprint, and I thought tonight from the second row draw, never easy, but with no horses outside her and her being the only one on the second row, she can punch through, and then Zach Butcher can either come off the back of Joe and Ed No Better and move into the running line or follow her through. So got options, 280, 190. Bets coming through, 2,000, 1,000, 1,000 and another 1,000 on Rocker Band, including an $8,000 place bet on runner number 9. Best back runner number 9, Rocker Band, through from the racing desk in race number 5. Dangers for me, She's Smooth from 2. God Forbid can leave the gate very quickly. Likely leader, I think they'll be going forward. That's her modus operandi. The mare by El Sue is to race on the speed, if not in front. She can use her gate tonight. Comes into barrier 5, so look for God Forbid to go forward. And Stars and Sound for Logan Hollis and Shane Robertson. Lovely mare, always thereabouts. 4 wins, 10 placings from 27 starts. By Art Major, owned by Ted Edwards. Stars and Sound, a chance in tonight's first leg of Pick 6. If you're playing into the Pick 6, I think you need Barry Summer Vacation in the second leg. Third leg tonight, Kippenberger, Rock and Ruby Delight Brigade. Fourth leg is very tricky. I like Culinary Delight and the work it showed here on Saturday. Cashin, a chance, Oasis Dream. Maybe Galena and Can't Explain It. Tricky leg there. Race number 9, Idle Air Trial well on Saturday, but manners are the key with him. Terrascova and very persuasive. And in the last, Kill Lady and Westburn Courage as a Class 6 and a Class 1 field as a claimer. Looks very well placed. And we'll talk to Dylan Ferguson about Westburn Courage
prior to race number 6 tonight. Let's head upstairs, join Aaron White, get his thoughts on the 5th tonight. He's with runner number 4, Stars and Sound.
Yeah, thanks, Craig. Stars and Sound for me. She's won 3 of her last 4. She was very good winning under fire last time in behind Geisha Girl. David runners in behind the yellow bar arm for the first leg of the $25,000 chase in pick 6. We open a double and also place 6 on race 5. From under the ribbon of light at Alexandra Park, Franklin Park meeting tonight as the runners work into the lane for the first leg of pick 6. Starter Frank Phelan looks over the line. Happy. Activates the green light. They're off. Stars and Sound out nicely with Franco Nikau, Joe and Ed no better. Rocket Band comes through on the inside. Will end up 3 back on the inner though as Stars and Sound clears Joe and Ed no better. She's smooth up on the outside of the favourite. They're followed by the Tracker getting back in the field with God Forbid. And 2 lengths back last, Ideal Flyby. Round the stables corner they go and they head out to the 1800. And Franco Nikau, Stephen Reid, he wanted the lead and he'll find it working into the back. A length and a half over Stars and Sound. Joe and Ed no better, 3 back on the inside. Stars and Sound comes off. Franco Nikau's back to go and look for the lead again. Reedman will hand up. And hand up comfortably too. She Smooth is 4th in Park. Rocket Band now awkwardly situated 4 back on the inside. The Tracker 1-1, then God Forbid and Ideal Flyby. Lead time in 42.3. Stars and Sound around to lead again. The Art Major Mirror as they sweep across the showgrounds turn. Here's God Forbid coming from the back, as to Ideal Flyby. As Stars and Sound DJB looking to get a slack first quarter here. Franco Nikau on the inside of She Smooth. Joe and Ed no better, the Tracker, and Rocket Band the favourite, now relegated back to last. Ideal Flyby pressuring Stars and Sound, but she'll come through and lead Stars and Sound. 32.1 the opening quarter. Franco Nikau trailing. God Forbid 1-1. Joe and Ed no better on the inside of She Smooth, the Tracker. Rocker Band away from the marker line on the back of the Tracker now. The Rock and Roll Hanover filly as they work into the final circuit and around the stables corner. H.R. Fiskin and Son limited pace. Stars and Sound leads 3/4. Ideal Flyby. Franco Nikau trailing. God Forbid in the 1-1 for Jay Abernathy. Then Joe and Ed no better. Joshua Dickey 3 back on the inside. She Smooth the next. 2 lengths the Tracker and Rocker Band. 30 seconds the second quarter. Stars and Sound through the back. Leads by half a length over Ideal Flyby. Franco Nikau will wait the passing lane. God Forbid's in a striking 1-1 spot. Joe and Ed no better, all dressed up, nowhere to go then. She's Smooth, the Tracker, and the Wizard Todd Mitchell taking off. Rocker Band's got to get through the whole pack from last. 400 to go and 7 lengths off the lead. 28.5 the quarter down the back. Stars and Sound on a nice range still. Ideal Flyby, God Forbid peels out of the 1-1. Franco Nikau, She's Smooth, Rocker Band running on it. Stars and Sound a length. Here's God Forbid out and after her. Ideal Flyby. She Smooth, the Tracker down the outside. God Forbid goes to Stars and Sound. God Forbid draws away nicely. She Smooth gets to second. Down to the line. God Forbid wins. She Smooth second. Stars and Sound just third, I'd say, in front of the Tracker. Franco Nikau. Ideal Flyby. Joe and Ed no better. Rocker Band hasn't fired a shot. 241.3. 28.3 was the final quarter. 56.9 was the last half. The Elsu Mir, God Forbid. Too good here, Wayne Anstis. Jay Abernathy doing the driving, continues her great run of form and will draw away nicely on the line. She's Smooth runs out the trip strongly for Mango to secure second. Photo for third. Stars and Sound, David Butcher, and the Tracker on the outside here. And noses between that pair. Very tight on the line there. H.R. Fiskin and Sons Limited mobile pace nicely to the super consistent Elsu Mir, God Forbid.
Placings in race 5, the H.R. Fiskin and Sons Limited mobile pace, subject to a very close photo for third placing. The winner is 6, second is 2, and then a very close photo 7-4 or 4-7, followed by 5 and 8.
6 God Forbid back at the head of the field, raced by Wayne Anstis. Wayne, the trainer at Cambridge. Abernathy doing the driving. It's career win 9 tonight at start 34 for the L. Sue Brown 4-year-old mare out of Hurricane Dancer, bred by Ms. L.K. Hodgson and Studholme Bloodstock Limited. And God Forbid, too strong. President of Franklin Park, Bob Lynch down there, part of the victory celebrations. 2 She's Smooth second, Better's Delight Divine Diva Bay 3-year-old filly, raced by P.W. Pearce and W.D. Kennedy. Brent Mangos, the trainer-driver out of Pukekohe, in a very close photo here for third. The tracker, number 7, Jeremy's Jet Mary's Day Black 4-year-old gelding for J.T. and Mrs. C.H. Perry. John Perry trained at Morrinsville, Todd Mitchell. And 4 Stars and Sound, Art Major Bay 5-year-old mare out of Star of Tonight. E.J. Edwards, the owner. Logan Hollis, Shane Robertson trained at Pukekohe, and David Butcher.
Official placings, race 5, the HR Fiskin and Sons Limited Mobile Pace. 627-458. 627-458. Horse 6, God Forbid, paced the 2200 metres in 241.36. It's a mile rate of 158. Last 856.9, the 428.3. The margins, 1 1/4 lengths, 3/4 of a length, are nose. 627-458, race 5, HR Fiskin and Sons Limited, Mobile Pace.
Totes number 6, God Forbid, $6.80 into $1.80, $6.81.80. 2 She's Smooth at $1.90, $1.90. 7 The Tracker, $4.10, $4.10. Quinella $21.30, $21.30. Trifecta $449.90, $449.90. First 4 $1,511 even, $1,511. The early quaddie tonight, 5, 2, 1 and 6, returns $3,583.60. $3,583.60. 6,069.94 live units remaining in pick 6 after the first leg going the way of 6 God Forbid.
And row inside was 1.5 lengths behind the winner. That was Kai Star Fella on that occasion. So Steely Blue does have some support in the market, but place only, you'd have to say. There's the 11 Courageous Eagle, 2 seconds in its last 2 starts. Was second in behind Bushy, the favourite last time to the races at Melton over 1,720 metres, and only second by 0.1 of a length. So it was just nosed out last time, the 11 Courageous Eagle. But you wouldn't know that looking at the odds. At 16s and 290, 0.1 of a length behind the $1.80, $1.25. Now, there you go. Right, I think we can head to the track here. Yeah, we can.
And he's strong enough to make his own luck, this horse.
He's a bit of a C1 smoking up, isn't he? He loves it tough. Finally broke through last start in the quickest heat. You're happy to park, you'll still drill him into submission?
Yeah, look, he's always showed me that strength, so yeah, I think so.
Lance Justice traditionally confident here going into the second race. A C1 only final at Tabcorp Park, Melton. Look, I've gone against both Justice brothers, so not Justice for all here. I've gone with number 5, Awesome Majesty, and for Rocket Rodney Petrov to get his second win in succession tonight. 2 from 2, I believe. Look, I think there will be a little war at the start, and if they run a quick first quarter, I just think the turn of foot that Awesome Majesty has might be too good, but it is a 4-horse race for mine. I thought 5 was on top of number 3, Bushy, who is just so tough and he's racing in such consistent form. But if he does get sat parked outside Big Bang Leonard here, he will leave himself vulnerable to a late swooper. I've thrown him on a value, number 1, add it all up. It was terrific running home late in the heat of this series, and we'll get the gun run behind the leader because whichever of Big Bang Leonard or Bushy leads, they won't be handing up. So the pole makers should get a great run. And number 4, Big Bang Leonard, who'll have to improve a little bit after getting the staggers late in his heat of this series, is the other winning chance. So hopefully you had our 2010. You'd expect you would in those early quads, and hopefully you've got 1, 3, 4 and 5 heading into this affair. But no doubt the fireworks at the start between John and Lance Justice will play a big part in the result. Here's Danny Malecki for the call, the second.
And they're just about right to go. Second of the night from Melton. They make a good line, going roughly on the inside, add it all up. The green light's on, they're racing. And away well is Big Bang Leonard. Oh, he galloped, he went rough, he was almost going to cross, and then he nearly galloped. So Bushy's going to go through and keep out Big Bang Leonard there. Over on the inside was add it all up, balances up again and gets to the spot behind the leader. Awesome Majesty being used up a little bit early, moves up without cover into the turn, and then 3 back along the inside after an early check with Samantha Sparkle. Or galloping on the outside, Steely Blue has gone off stride now. Then came Courageous Eagle. Second last down is Vivian. And then at the tail, Kai Star Fella, bar Steely Blue, which has galloped back a clear last. Into the straight, Bushy in front. Lead time 7.5. The favourite clear. Awesome Majesty, who's known as a really good set sprinter, was used up a bit early and has to sit without cover. Third on the pegs is Add It All Up. In the 1-1 trail is Big Bang Leonard, who looked a chance of crossing early before going roughly, but it's nicely placed out of the straight. Then Samantha Sparkle on the pegs. They've got 900 left to travel. Our Miss Vivian dropped to the inside, so it's 4 back the pegs, and around it as they work to the back is Courageous Eagle. Next Kai Star Fella, and then Steely Blue. The second quarter in 31.4, and the favourite Bushy on top, led 4 metres. Second is Awesome Majesty. Third Add It All Up, and on the outside fourth is Big Bang Leonard. Next is Samantha Sparkle from Courageous Eagle. Our Miss Vivian locked away third last from Kai Star Fella, and last of all Steely Blue. But it's Bushy in front heading off the back straight. Awesome Majesty hasn't put any pressure on yet. It's 3 metres away. Then Add It All Up, Big Bang Leonard, and Courageous Eagle makes some ground from the tail. 28.7 the third quarter. Bushy 3 metres, Awesome Majesty. Add It All Up, awaiting the Garrard sprint lane, and then Big Bang Leonard. Around the final turn, Bushy the leader. Awesome Majesty now under pressure but sticking on. The run there for Add It All Up. Big Bang Leonard's just battling. It's Bushy in front, Awesome Majesty. Then Add It All Up. Courageous Eagle runs on, but it's Bushy clear, and Bushy's going to do it all the way. Bushy wins it. Second's a great go. Might be Big Bang Leonard coming it again. He was quite a handful, but he's very prominent there. With Add It All Up, Awesome Majesty, Samantha Sparkle, Courageous Eagle. Then in behind them, our Miss Vivian from Steely Blue and Kai Star Fella. 28.4 the final quarter, and the mile rate for Aldebaran Park, 158.7. Bushy too good. Number 3 did get an.
Well, 3's got it, and the lineup there in no particular order. Well, I'll do it in numerical order. 1, 4, 5, 9, and 11 are all in that lineup for second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth. So 3 the winner, and then either 1 or 4 or 5 or 9 or 11. Don't know. Very interesting photo there for the miners, but Bushy gets the win. 4.5 out from race 10. Elizabeth, you've gone the field. Now, when you went the field earlier on in the quaddie, we got the roughie home. Is there a one at longer odds that you might be able to spec out for us here?
I think if you're looking for one at really long odds, maybe number 1, Miss Selfies, her form line is pretty awful. But when you look at the races that she's been lining up in, she was 7th last start in behind Boston Heart, 2 starts to go in behind Untraceable, which is a fantastic greyhound of Dennis Schofield's. Box 1 today, so much better draw. And also on the downgrade 1, Miss Selfie's $16 fixed. I guess that's why I went the field, is because I think it's a race where there could be potential for an upset. On top, I went with number 3, Tari Zafa, Angela Turnwood, paying $4.50 with the bookies in from $5 this morning. She's stepping up to C4 company today, but is going really well. Beat time memory lapse last start on the 12th of June. Some of Ruggs' option 930, under 13.5, $3.10, 14, 15, 16 and 17 at $2.20, and over 17.5 is paying $2.70, so that's option 930. Tari's are ultra consistent. That's the greyhound that we're going to take a look at. Winning here last Friday, she drew box 5, sitting here in the gold rug.
Ready. And racing into jumping well centre track here is Tarizar along there without wide now. Peacock Princess going up also with Nitro Mary looking for racing room. That's King getting up on the inside to Memory Lapse, tracking that through now. We've got Topawa Token. Nitro Mary just got a bit of a shuffle but now goes forward just in behind Aeroplane. Ritchie's got plenty to do and so is Punch on Jamie across the top. Tarizar away in the lead by 3 or 4 on Peacock Princess, just in behind Memory Lapse now looking to run on, break back in the field to Nitro Mary. They go for home. Tarizar in front, Memory Lapse winding up but too late. Tarizar, Memory Lapse, then we go to Peacock Princess, Nitro Mary, then on crossing here to Aeroplane, Ritzio, Power Token.
That was a great one there on Friday by Tarizar, up to C4 company today, but based on that convincing win last Friday, I don't think that that's going to worry here. I'd love to see her jump to the front here. Number 3, Tarizar, $4.50 with the bookies, $4.90 and $2.30 on the tote. Just over 2 minutes aren't here from race number 10. I'm also just wanting to reflect on the previous there. Wonderful to see Kiltune getting his Group 1 win. Mark, I've just been downstairs to see Owen and Bill Fergus. I thought I'd buy them a drink, but they're way ahead of me. The cup's filled with Sauvignon Blanc. Not easy to drink out of some straws down the cup downstairs. It's all happening here at Hattrick.
Oh, look, outstanding. And they're entitled to love their Group 1 win tonight, and deservedly so for the dog. Melton Harness, there 3, 4, 1 and 5, 160, 120 about Bushy, 170 the 4, 240 the 1, Quinella 440, Trifecta 46.50, 125.70 for 3, 4, 1 and 5. He's just got such a good record, Kiltune, and Elizabeth, what I am kicking myself about not remembering, and I've had a call from Alan Williams, who rang me from Amberley. Now, in 2010, Alan Williams trained Kiltune's father, Apache Jet, to win this race, the New Zealand Breeders' Stakes, beating home the fabulous stayer Dangle the Carrot. Very rare. I'd have to look through my records. I've got boxes and boxes of magazines and goodness knows what in the garage at home that needs to be put into some semblance of order. But a father-son double in a race like the New Zealand Breeders' Stakes, just not sure as to it occurring in the past in that particular race. I just don't know, but it's a marvellous performance. Apache Jet, he's only got about 6 or 7 litres on the ground. Alan tells me he's got one breaking a litter breaking in at the moment out of Cool Geordie, and he's had some success outside of Kiltune, 2 dogs going through to Class 5, Apache Jet. Glenn Hodgson was quick to mention Apache Jet, the sire at the end of that race. Underrated, underused. Well, he's still there, and he's still available at Amberley. And he was a terrific dog. He won 23 from 48. Not long after he won the New Zealand Breeders' Stakes, he won a heat in the New Zealand St. Leger, and he led for a long way in the final and got run down by the great Little Mother. So that's Apache Jet, sire of Kiltune. 2010 winner Apache Jet, 2015 Kiltune, and that's a wonderful achievement. Congratulations tonight to Glenn Hodgson, and thanks to Alan Williams too for tracking down my number and giving me a call about that. Greyhounds behind the boxes here. I'm going with 2 Corborn Brick. It's an easing in class for this greyhound. It's a nice field. Corborn Matty, another chance for Matt Roberts here. Hasn't won on this track, but has been second to Dinah Vickers in a heat of the New Zealand Futurity, and of course ran second to that dog in the New Zealand Derby final up at Cambridge. Greater Jack in off the ballot. It's beaten Class 5s here before, and Tarizar, as Elizabeth mentioned, is on the way up. Greyhounds to be called forward for the 10th, the Pala Mountain Scientific Nutrition Class 4 over 520 metres. Off the inside is Miss Selfies, Tarizar in the 3, followed down by Corborn Matty and Always Welcome, second line. Corborn Brick, Greater Jack has box 4 in the green and white, then Air Raid, no power Jack. Lined and ready, here comes the bunny and was set. Racing. Corborn Brick, a fair break off. Box number 2 will go to the lead. Corborn Maddie's come out fast and might head it off, and Always Welcome up and around the outside. Between runners round that first bend was Tarizar. We've lost number 6 again, and that's Air Raid that's fallen and is at the back of the field. Now into the back they go. Corborn Maddie in front by 3 or 4. Stalking it is the kennelmate Corborn Brick, then Tarizar. Greater Jack is next around. Further back in the race, Opawa Jackie, Always Welcome, Miss Selfies, and a long way back to the faller Air Raid on the corner. Corborn Bricky rounds up. Corborn Maddie screams away. Greater Jack coming late. Corborn Brick from Greater Jack. Corborn Maddie was third. Fourth was Opawa Jackie, then Tarizar. Always Welcome and Miss Selfies together, and a margin back Air Raid. Number 6 goes down consecutive races, but runs out the journey and lands on the lure. Corborn Brick, tote favourite, and was the book favourite too, although just eased a fraction during the day. Got out nicely, then tracked the pace-making kennelmate Corborn Maddie, who just found the 5:20 a fraction far at this level again. Greater Jack gets past that. Maddie lands third, and fourth to go by was Opawa Jackie. Winning time was 30:45. Run home 11:89. 1.5 lengths by 3/4 of a length by 1.25 lengths, the margins. 3 on top from 9, 5 and 8. 5.04 the lead up. Just missed the midsection there, Elizabeth. And there was Air Raid going down at the first bend, but he found his feet and he has followed them around. Corborn Brick Dog 2 is a black dog by Oaks Road out of Asterix for Stu Dickinson. Matt Roberts trains at Martin. Win 11 at start number 37 for the dog today. Elizabeth, that's the 10th, and we finish with a couple of Class 4 sprints.
Thanks very much for that, Mark, and nice tipping there. Number 2, Corborn Brick, has been too good and crunched in late on the tote. Well done to Matt Roberts and Stu Dickinson. Number 2, Corborn Brick, closed off at around, I think it was $2.70. Yeah, $2.70, $1.50. Number 9, Greater Jack, $2.05. Corborn Matty, $2.20. Good to see the faller Air Raid finishing onto the lower. Quinella 2 with 9.520. Trifecta 2.95, $61.70. First 4, 2.95 and 8 pays $638.50. Did rapid double there across races 9 and 10. Favourite into the favourite 2 with 2 pays $3.70. The concession 2 with 9 pays $2.30. That was our 10th on the programme. Ryan, as we come back to you, back to my usual form, taking the field, and the favourite delivers here in the 10th.
Nah, that's all right, Liz. We had that $13 shot when you took the field earlier on. They got to balance up somehow, and the favourite prevailing. Gee, that dog, that green rug's been a little bit tarnished, getting dropped down, spat out the back in the Group 1, and then again there in race number 10. First leg of a double. Yep, we're back at Hattrick Raceway for race number 11 at 8:33, 7 minutes away from race 6 at the park. 6,000 odd left in this pick 6. This one, the Franklin Long Roofing Limited Handicap Trot, C1 to C5, and Barry at $2.40 and $1.20. Craig, Barry off the 30 metres here at $2.40. Is that the right sort of money?
Well, I think it's somewhere between the tote and the book, Ryan. I think around about the 280 mark is probably where he'll settle down, 270, 280. I mean, he's been racing the likes of Al Bundy, won over to Moon. Massive drop back in class, and saying that he's off the 30-metre handicap. Kimberly Butt, very good junior driver, takes to drive. He's been a wonder horse in the north, Barry. He's won 3 races at Alexandra Park, and he's gone 3:28 when running second here 2 starts ago behind Al Bundy. So he can run time. And to be fair, Ryan, this is a significant drop in class on what he's been racing. So does he deserve to be favourite? Absolutely. And I think his price at $2.40 is not far off the mark. That horse on screen at the moment is trained by Richard Brosnan. His driver tonight is Dylan Ferguson. Dylan, thanks for your time tonight. 2 drives. First for Richard Brosnan to Bjorn. He's a real honest trotter. He gives 100%. Looks a nice race from tonight.
Yeah, he always goes a good honest race, and he seems to be a trotter that just wants to trot all the way, and if he gets a nice cushy run and hopefully there's a bit of speed in the race, he certainly knows how to finish over the top.
Of course, your dad's been driving on his last couple of starts tonight, so I'm sure he would have enlightened you on how to drive him.
Oh yeah, he's told me all about him, and if I get it wrong he'll be after me.
Now, one you do know a little bit about in the last is trained by your mum, Westburn Courage. So I'm sure if you don't get this one right, there'll be no dinner tomorrow night and you have to make your own bed. But he's a horse that looks very well placed, Westburn Courage. He gets in as a claimer and he's won quite a few races.
Yeah, he has won a few races, although he hasn't beaten as that class of horse before. But hopefully in a suitable field tonight, he still needs that bit of luck in the run. And he does try hard, so hopefully he'll be thereabouts.
Mate, is he a little bit of a one-trick pony? You know, he's getting on in age a little bit now, and you know you got to drive him a little bit conservative. One run, is that how he's got to be driven?
Yeah, most of the time he does, unless he can find a cheap lead, which I don't think will be there tonight. But hopefully, if they run along a bit, he'll be one that just keeps plodding along at the finish.
Confidence levels, each-way chance, winning chance in the last?
Oh, he's a solid each-way chance, like both my drives. So both honest horses and go good races all the time. Just they need that ounce of luck in the run, and whether they get it tonight or not is going to be the telling story.
How have you found it since you've come back from Australia? You're getting the drives, you know, the junior drivers ranks. You're picking up one or two from the Cambridge region? Yeah,
it's been good since I've been back, getting a few drives and getting amongst it, so that's all we can ask for.
Mate, pleasure having you on trackside tonight and good luck with your two drives.
Thank you. Cheers.
Dylan Ferguson there. Gee, pressure on him tonight, driving for Wendy in the last, and he drives one here for Richard Brosnan. Very consistent trotter to Bjorn. Manners are the key with him, usually 100% and nicely placed behind Hot Chocolate Tart when running second last week. Gears off the 10-metre handicap, but only 2 off the front here, so he'll be in the mix tonight, runner number 4. I put 11 on top here. Barry, the horse on screen, is the main danger. Summer vacation, he's far better suited to 2,700 than he was to 1,700 last week. Really, to be honest, the draw beat him. He ended up 3 back on the fence, 1 over the moon, got away with it in front, and it was a sprint up the lane. That's not his go. When they go hard, he runs on. So he's won 3 races over the 2,700 metres. I think tonight's trip, we'll see him right in the mix. Runner number 9, Summer Vacation, good each-way chance. Runner number 10, Chosen Path. $17 the tote, punters. 17 the tote, $8.50 the book. Now, he's a horse that's only had 19 starts. He's won 3 occasions. He hasn't raced since the beginning of January at Cambridge. He's been to the workouts. Fergus Shoemaker takes the drive. He's been in good form of late with Monseigneur. So I thought Chosen Path for Ross Painter, who had a winner last week with Tour Malay. Best value in the race anyway at the, well, now $14, runner number 10. Attractive money for him. And I thought Djokovic, runner number 5. I know he tipped him out last week. And to be fair, he was travelling nicely at the corner, but as Djokovic can do, the mind did one thing and the legs did something else, and he had a gallop and lost his chance. After the line, he got going again. So Ben Butcher aboard, Djokovic, free-going type, only off 10. If he found the front and did it right, he can win. Open field, the trot, Barry's a 2.30 favourite. Head upstairs and join Aaron for race number 6. Aaron, your thoughts on the junior drivers race? Barry, he's coming out of probably more tightly assessed fields than what he meets here.
Yeah, he does, but Summer Vacation I thought was as good as Barry in that race in behind El Bundy. Summer Vacation did a big stack at the start of that race. Does get a 10-metre advantage over Barry tonight, so I'm with Summer Vacation. I think the sprint trip didn't suit him last week, and back to the 2,700 I think is a big key around his chances. The Dream Vacation 5-year-old, Summer Vacation Michael Blakemore for Tim Tratham. The 11 Barry, yes, certainly well in the mix. The Peckers of Spur Gelding, Kimberly Butt. The 12 Regal Petite, the Breeders' winner. This is the sort of race she could strike in if there's good speed on. Junior drivers' races, Craig, usually do present good tempo through the race. If there's good tempo on, the Majestic Sunmere will be working home. And Paulette's Green, she does like winning races on these Franklin nights. And 2 Macaroa Jake, a definite danger off the front tape. 9, 11, 12 and 2.
Thanks, Aaron. I suggest the bookmakers are having a relatively good night tonight. A couple of significantly big bets on Better Mac and Rocker Band. Both went astray, so bookies be happy so far the way the night is progressing. Barry a 260 favourite here. Other chances in the race. Regal Petite, as you mentioned, she's a mare that when she's saved for one run, she's got a lethal finish. Megan Tees takes the drive tonight by Majestic Sun, trained by Paulette. As you mentioned, She's raced in far better fields than this, but she is off the back mark of 40 metres tonight. Regal Petite, been a lovely mare, winner of 10 races now from 48 starts. For me, 11, 9, 10 and 5. 11, 9, 10 and 5. Second leg of tonight's pick 6. First leg taken out by the $6 favourite in God Forbid. $5,000 through from Sal at the racing desk on Barry, runner number 11, into $2.40 on the book and the tote. So stayed pretty steady in the last 3 minutes. Barry, trained by Moshel Wallace, and Bernie Hackett, the son of Pegasus Spur. 5,000 and another 2,500 has brought him into a clear favourite for race number 6 tonight. On start time, red light is on. Might head upstairs and get Aaron White's call on race number 6, the Franklin Long Roofing Limited Handicap Trot. This one for the junior drivers. Your favourite will start off the 30-metre handicap.
Craig, and starter Frank Phelan won't be too far away from calling up these square gators. Junior drivers doing the driving in the 6th to open the... The trotters start to face up to a starter Frank Phelan, Ellingham, Makarova Jake off the front, 10 Power Speed, Tourbillon, Djokovic, Star, Philly and Lockie Brogden, 20 Yuldy Boys, Summer Vacation and Chosen Path, 30 metres to Barry. The back marker is Regal Petite. Barrier strands release and they're off and trotting. Regal Petite's made a good beginning, as too is Barry. Sunny Summer Vacation is on the journey safely. Star Philly was a wee bit tardy, and Chosen Path has now galloped in the first 100 metres. Djokovic around the lead. Makarova Jakes rolled into a gallop there onto the showground's turn first occasion, so Lockie Brogden to take up that spot in the trail. Then Allingham, Tourbillon, followed Power Speed, Yuldy Boys, Summer Vacation and Michael Blakemore safely on the journey. They're followed by Barry and Kimberly Butt, Regal Petite, Megan Tees, and further away Star Philly and Chosen Path. Into the lane they come, and Djokovic, Ben Butcher and the Franklin Long Roofing Limited Handicap Trot for the junior drivers over Lockie Brogden and Sean Grayling getting that lovely drag in the trail. Allingham, Andrew Vent, third and 3 back against the marker line. Makarova Jake and Jack McKinnon parked. Tourbillon, Dylan Ferguson 4 back on the inside. Yuldy Boys and Tony Cameron into the 1-1 onto the stables corner. There followed Power Speed, Kyle Marshall the inside. Up on the outside, Summer Vacation tracked up by Barry. Regal Petite, Star Philly the next, Joe Mocha, and the only horse with no chance is out the back, Chosen Path. Through the back they go, and Makarova Jakes galloped outside the speed here. Djokovic over Lockie Brogden. Allingham 3 back on the inside of Yuldy Boys. Makarova Jake back down and trotting, and again we'll move forward to Sit Park. Tourbillon 4 back on the inside of Summer Vacation. Then Power Speed. Barry's got the back of Summer Vacation in the running line. Then Regal Petite and Star Philly. Chosen Path, no chance. 1:30 the lead time. They sweep across the showground's turn again. Djokovic and Ben Butcher have the tempo in front over Makarova Jake, and Lockie Brogden's enjoyed the perfect run in the trail. So work off the showground's bend and down the lane. In the 1-1 is Yuldy Boys around Allingham. Summer Vacation on the outside of Tourbillon. They're followed by Barry and Power Speed, Regal Petite and Star Philly. 30 and 9 the opening quarter. Franklin Long Roofing Limited Trot. Judge Ballin 1 to go. And Djokovic, our leader, the son of Sundon, leads Makarova Jake. Lockie Brogden trailing. Yuldy Boys 1-1. Allingham trapped away 3 back on the inside. Summer Vacation, the son of Dream Vacation, is 6th and in the running line as they put the stables behind them. Tourbillon on the inside, race favourite. Barry's in the running line around Power Speed. Then Regal Petite and Star Philly. 30.4 the second quarter. Djokovic through the back. Makarova Jake the outside of Lockie Brogden. Yuldy Boys on the outside of Allingham. Summer Vacation about to be stoked up. 600 to go. Tourbillon to its inside. Barry starts to move, as to Regal Petite, the breeders winner, getting into the contest now, and then Power Speed and Star Philly. 500 to run. They trot off the back, and it's Djokovic a length. Yuldy Boys, Summer Vacation, Regal Petite. They're all getting right into the hunt now as Makarova Jake weakens. Lockie Brogden on the inside. Barry to the outside, then Allingham. 30 and 4 the quarter down the back. They trot for home. Djokovic Djokovic, Yuldi Boys, Regal Petite, Barry to the outside, then Summer Vacation, homeward bound, Djokovic, Yuldi Boys down the outside, Regal Petite and Barry, Summer Vacation, still in front, Djokovic, but here's Barry descending strongly over Djokovic, and Barry gets another win under the ribbon of light at Alexandra Park to beat Djokovic, and third over Photo, Summer Vacation unlucky in the home straight, and Regal Petite. Then Lockie Brogden O'Par with speed. Back in the field, Tor Bjorn, Ellingham. They were followed by Yuldi Boys, Star Philly. Makarowa, Jake and Chosen Path. 331.2 will trim that up substantially with the 30-metre mark. 29.3 was the final quarter. Kimberly Butt and Barry will prove too strong. And he's let rip strongly in the home straight here at Alexandra Park tonight. The Pegasus Spurs 6-year-old secures his fourth victory at Alexandra Park, his ninth overall victory, and he powers away. Djokovic second, very tight third. Summer Vacation just needed to be balked up in the home straight, and Regal Petite in that close go for third there too. And the Franklin Long Roofing Limited handicap trot, another success under the ribbon of light at Alexandra Park for Barry.
In race 6, the Franklin Long Roofing Limited handicap trot, we've got a very close photo for third and fourth. Could go either way, could be a dead heat. So 11 the winner, 5 is second, and a very close photo, 9 and 12. Then follows 8, 7.
So 11 Barry comes back at the head of the field as Judge Graham McLennan will peruse that photo for third. Barry, raced by Caliber Harness Racing Syndicate. Pegasus Spur, 6-year-old Bay Gelding out of Sundell, win 9 at start 66, secures his fourth victory under the ribbon of light at Alexandra Park. 2 does Barry. Michelle Wallace and Bernie Hackett prepared at Waiuku, and beautifully handled too by Kimberly Butt, the son of Pegasus Spur, bred by PJ Witsy, along with B.R. Gowan and Ari Ogg. Nice win. Graham Wharf down there, part of the victory celebrations for Franklin Park. 5 Djokovic, Sundon, Levinsky, 4-year-old Bay Gelding for second. Dr. Alice Chin along with Miss J.R. Anderson, C. Heberley and R.J. Erickson, the owners. Luck Chin trained at Tamahiri Ben Butcher. And the very close photo for third between 9 Summer Vacation, Dream Vacation, 5-year-old Bay Gelding out of In Command for the Silverdale West Melton Limited. Tim Tratham trained at West Melton, Michael Blakemore and 12 Regal Petite Majestic Son, Bay 6-year-old mare out of Petite's Pride for WA and Mrs. P.S. Screen. Paulette Screen trained at Pukekohe and Megan Tees.
Official placings race 6, the Franklin Long Roofing Limited handicap trot. 11, 5, and then a dead heat for third, 9, 12, followed by 8, 7. So 11, 5, 9 and 12 dead heat for third, 8, 7. Horse 11, Barry, trotted the 2,700 metres from a stand in a handicap and a net time of 3:29.8. Mile rate of 2:4.5. Last 859.8, the 429.3. The margins, 1 3/4 lengths, 3/4 of a length, a dead heat. 11, 5, 9 and 12 dead heat, 8, 7 in race 6, the Franklin Long Roofing Limited handicap trot.
11 Barry, $2.40 and $1.50, $2.41.50. 5 Djokovic, $3.40, $3.40. 9 Summer Vacation, $1 even, $1, and 12 Regal Petite, $1.60, $1.60. Quinella Returns, $18.60, $18.60. 11.59 trifecta, $59.80, 50, make that $55.80, $55.80. 11.512 trifecta, $112.50. 112.50. 11, 5, 9 and 12 the first four, 329, 329. 11, 5, 12 and 9 first four, 432 even, 432. 6 and 11 in the double, returns 21.70, 21.70. Concession 6 and 5, $35.90, $35.90. And the middle treble tonight on the numbers 1, 6 and 11, $403.50, $403.50. Let's see if I've got an update through on pick 6. Not at this stage. We'll update you when the horses come out onto the track for race 7 as to how many are left in pick 6.
He's in the middle of a pretty open field here, Narahoe, but he's certainly backable each way, I guess, as is everything in this field. Franklin there, Barry the winner, the 11, 240-150 out of Alexandra Park, 5 Djokovic at 349, Summer Vacation $1.12, Regal Petite $1.60, dead heat for third, Quinella 1860, 2 trifectas, 55.80, 11.59, 11.512, 112.50, 11.59, 12, first four, $329, and there'll be another first four about to scroll up here inside the last 2 minutes of betting race 11. Don't forget it's the first leg of the last double. That's second first four, 11, 5, 12, 9, $432. Double of 6 and at 11, 21.70, 6, 5 concession, 35.90. And the latest treble there, 1, 6 and 11, $403.50. Nice shot there of Big Fat Gypsy away in the outside. On the verge of a downgrade here, Big Fat Gypsy, and if she does downgrade, worth looking at next time out in class number 3. 25 over the 10, Armed Forces, recent downgrader this dog, and comes into box number 2 again, as it had last week. Now, it was a really messy race that popped some tags. 1, Armed Forces in the ruck, didn't do a bad job, didn't have a winning chance. Pick 6, 6 and 11, God forbid Barry, 2,110.42 live units, chasing $25,000 tonight at the park. So Armed Forces very capable at class 4 level, can mix it up with the class 5s. Big boy Dino isn't well drawn, he does like to head for the round, but I wanted to keep him safe in here. Allegro Touch off the inside, doesn't have a brilliant record from the inside, but certainly better here you'd think than the awkward squeeze boxes of late. But having said that, some dogs get off the squeeze boxes okay. Not that she does necessarily, but she's a chance here off the inside in an open field. And J-Lo very much strikes me as win or bust, and she could jump out lead here and put them away. For dogs that don't like to be staying in the boxes, sometimes the second row is the best one to go in, but she has won from box 3 before. She went from box 8 2 starts back in that race we saw, and box 8 you do get the opportunity to essentially go up last, but we'll see what she can do off the 3. There's no question she's got the speed to do the job on them, and has taken some money from a pretty juicy quote this morning. Race 11 is the Wanganui Chronicle Class 4 Sprint. Off the inside is Allegro Touch. J-Lo has box 3, Narahoe the 5, Black Rug Empty Bank out in box 7. Favourite is Allegro Touch, $2.70. Second line, Armed Forces, red, white and blue box 2. Blue Rug Homebush, Chiro, Big Boy Dino the green. Big Fat Gypsy the outside. Rain's back with us sadly. Hasn't dampened the racing on the track tonight with Kilchurn taking out the New Zealand Breeders' Stakes. Here comes the bunny set to go, race number 11 just about there. Racing Allegro Touch hopped out quite nicely. J-Lo gets into the work, and so too does Narahoy. Followed back behind these runners then by Empty Bank. They'll be followed through there by Big Boy Dino. Big Fat Gypsy is getting back, well back Armed Forces, and Homebush Chiro. Around the corner they come. Allegro Touch in front. Narahoy trying hard. Allegro Touch, Narahoy. Third tight. Probably Empty Bank here. Narrowly there over Big Boy Dino. Behind those runners then we would have had J-Lo and Armed Forces. Further back in the race there was Big Fat Gypsy and Homebush Churro. Allegro Touch too good, and the fourth win tonight for Lisa Ahern and the team. And has clocked a 17.66. Let's have a look at them from the hop. Jumped out beautifully, as did Narahoy. J-Lo was there early, got underneath Narahoy at this point. Big Boy Dino starts to run the inside, and just going ahead of that was Empty Bank. Up to the corner, Allegro Touch was just travelling too well for them and has won easily from Narahoy. Things get a bit awkward for J-Lo around that turn with the 7 dog coming in underneath Empty Bank, who has run third there, you would think, off the 6. Is it on the board? In fact, the 6 has got that. Would have gone the other way, but not the outside there. So it's 1, 5, 6 and 7 there. 1, 5, 6 and 7. 17.66. Run home 10.70. And Allegro Touch with just too much speed from Box Rise. Allegro Touch is a black bitch by El Grand Senor out of Allegro Lily. Lisa Ahern owns and trains, and fourth win for the camp tonight. 3 lengths by 2 3/4 lengths by a nose, and it has been 1, 5, 6 and 7, lead up time of 6.96. There is the 11th Elizabeth, and we look forward to the 12th and final. It's another class 4 sprint coming up at 1:09.
Thanks for that, Mark. Number 1, Allegro Touch has been too good, and it's been a great night there for Lisa Ahern. Number 5, Narahoy in second, and 6, Big Boy Dino will just grab third there, ahead of number 7, Empty Bank. So the favourite delivers here in race number 11. Number 1, Allegro Touch win. Number 8, it's start number 26 today for owner trainer. Lisa Ahern has been too good and was the favourite here. Number 5, Narahoy's got another really good race for the Clarks. Number 1, Allegro Touch closed off at 2.80, 1.30. Number 5, Narahoy, $1.70 and 6. A Big Boy Dino just gets third, 2.10. 1.5, Quinella pays $9.70. Trifecta is $67.80. And the first 4, 1, 5, 6 and 7.